Chapter 1252. We are the Three Realms Patrollers. Someone roared. The spokesperson of the Emperor, patrolling and monitoring the three realms on behalf of the heavens. The Emperor was not dead. How dare they? How dare they? Disbelief. If the Emperor was dead, it would be understandable. However, the Emperor was still here and had appeared just now. Were these people crazy? Ah! Fong Ping tore through the void and laughed. The Three Realms Patrollers? T. The Three Realms have no laws, no heavens, no emperors. We have the final say in the Three Realms. Yes, the Three Realms were lawless. In troubled times, everyone was a madman, a fanatic, who was not crazy. Even King Kuan, who had been despised by Fong Ping countless times, was not crazy. Li Zhu was not crazy. Wrong. They were all fanatics. If they were not crazy, who would dare to become an emperor? If they were not crazy, would the heavenly court and the divine sect dare to establish themselves? If they were not crazy, would the Sea Guardian dare to establish his own demon court and name himself the Demon Emperor? Did they not know that the Emperor was still alive? They knew, but they were gambling with their lives, gambling on the day the Emperor came out. They could also become emperors and fight the Emperor. If the Emperor successfully descended today, these people would all be extremely obedient. They still had the ability to judge the situation. The Emperor could not be defeated. But a group of broken 6 and 7 existences dared to monitor them. They dared to threaten them. So what if they killed them? If they could kill the Emperor, or if there was only one Emperor in the Three Realms, the Emperor had to be careful when he came out. There was no Emperor in the Three Realms. The sudden appearance of a group of heavenly kings disrupted everyone's plans. These people were the eyes and ears of the Emperor and might summon the Emperor. They were not prepared for this. Plus, both sides fought and many powerhouses died in battle. Now that someone suddenly wanted to monitor them and be the arbiter, who would be afraid since Fong Ping had made his move? I'll send you to hell. Fong Ping punched through the air. The sky fell and the earth cracked. Ji Yun roared. He was a broken 7 existence. There was more than one person who had broken 7 here. King Qin, King Dui, him, and another one. There were a total of 4 broken 7 powerhouses. This was their confidence and strength. Plus, they had the Emperor as their backing. With such strength, even if they encountered 2 or even 3 broken 8, they would still dare to fight. But could he fight today? Just as Fong Ping punched from a distance, Fong smiled faintly from behind and said, "Sovereign personages, you cannot kill a sovereign personage's follower." This was too much. In the Three Realms, there are rules, laws, emperors, and heavens. At this moment, a ripple of source energy spread out. At this moment, the 7 or 8 sages in the air suddenly staggered, their expressions changing drastically. "Seal!" Ji Yun shouted angrily. "We are patrolling on behalf of the heavens. How dare you?" He was afraid. Seal. An invincible seal that sealed the source. Heavenly King Fong had suffered a few losses at Fong Ping's hands. He had suffered a huge loss at the hands of the Demon Emperor and was embarrassed in front of chaos. Could he seal the weak? If he was weak, the God Creation Envoy and the others would not be afraid of him. A Demon Emperor at the peak of the 7th level couldn't even seriously injure him with a desperate attack. In just a month or so, he came out of seclusion again. This was Seal. At this moment, Fong arrived in midair. He had regained the calmness he had on Sealed Sky Island, and a smile was on his face. This smile used to be so ridiculous. Fong Ping had foiled his plans time and time again, leaving him battered and exhausted. Today, he was showing off his skills. In the sky, the 7 or 8 sages' source was sealed in an instant. Each of their auras slid down, and they were incomparably terrified. A few heavenly kings who had broken 6 also struggled to resist, roaring repeatedly. The current Fong could not do anything to the 4 existences who had broken 7. When he was at his peak, he still had a high chance of sealing one of them. But not now. His injuries had not healed yet. In addition, the 4 of them were very powerful. Even if he was at his peak, he might not be able to defeat the 4 of them. But under the 7th level, Who could stop him? Feng walked in midair. Fong Ping laughed loudly and said, Feng, you dare to stop me? In this three realms, I have the final say. Get lost. Feng smiled lightly and said, Human King, there's no need to fight and kill. This is the Emperor's envoy. The Emperor's envoy. Shit is indeed yellow. Fong Ping laughed loudly again. On the other side, Ji Yun and the others saw this, and their expressions changed drastically again. Although they said that Fong Ping should not, in reality, it had instantly weakened their strength by more than half. There were a total of 18 powerhouses in the sky. 4 of them had broken 7, 6 of them had broken 6, and 8 of them were top-notch sages. This kind of strength was incomparably powerful. Not a single party could match up to them alone. But now, they were in big trouble. Feng crippled the sages in an instant. A few heavenly kings who had broken 6 were resisting his seal, but Feng did not get close. He stood 10,000 meters away from them, talking cheerfully and wittily. Human King, I'm just advising you. You're not under me, so I can't control you. Ji-Yun, you guys have a good talk with Human King. You, Ji-Yun roared angrily. Feng was too shameless. But at this moment, Fong Ping's fist force had arrived. He was about to kill the powerhouses whose origins were sealed. Ji-Yun roared angrily. A long sword appeared in his hand, and he attacked Fong Ping instantly. At this moment, Wan wielded the bone staff and hit the long sword away. She asked curiously, What material is this sword made of? Is it bone? No one is holding it. It's ownerless? I can even find a semi-divine weapon in the 3 realms. My luck is not bad. Wan stared at the long sword like an idiot. She hit the long sword again and again with her staff. The mentality attached to the long sword collapsed instantly. Wan grabbed the long sword and said excitedly, I found a treasure. A semi-divine weapon. My luck is good. Wan. Jian was furious. Wan was also a top-notch powerhouse among the Broken 7. If he was not strong, he would not dare to be an enemy of the Broken 8. Now, Wan snatched his weapon and even pretended to find it. Damn it! Wan ignored him and continued to play with the long sword. She had found a treasure. Bastard. Behind Ji-Yun, a middle-aged man wearing a crown scolded. As soon as he finished, Wan's expression changed drastically. You scolded me? Everyone was silent for a moment. You dare scold me? Wan roared angrily. I didn't do anything. You dare scold me? You provoke me? You bully me? How dare you? I didn't provoke anyone. You bully me. You're too much. Kill. Wan, who was like a curious baby earlier, was now ferocious and murderous. She charged forward directly. The middle-aged man was also furious. At this moment, Heavenly King Jin smiled. King Kin, long time no see. Come, let's have a chat. As soon as he finished speaking, he covered the sky with one hand. With a rumble, among the 4 broken 7 powerhouses, a young-looking powerhouse fell into the void and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Heavenly King Jin laughed. That younger brother of mine had a good relationship with King Kansas. Before he died, he asked me to show King Kin a good treasure. I will now teach King Kin the art of killing an emperor. This is a treasure. As soon as he finished speaking, he disappeared along with King Kan. Heavenly Arm, who had just arrived, looked at the last broken 7 and smiled. King Dui, long time no see. In the past, your master and I had a good relationship. I also have a treasure to teach you. As soon as he finished speaking, he punched the void, and King Di fell into the void. Heavenly Arm chuckled. Let's go. I will teach you a supreme battle technique and a set of divine weapons. After you come out of seclusion, you will definitely be able to kill 8. At this moment, Wan was already fighting with another broken 6. They broke the void and entered the void. 4 broken 7. In a blink of an eye, only Ji-Yun was left. The few broken 6 powerhouses were still struggling, still resisting Seal. 6 broken 6 powerhouses could actually only struggle at this moment. Seal's advantage against powerhouses who were inferior to him was too great. However, Seal's complexion was also deathly pale. At this moment, He also had no strength to laugh anymore. The 6 heavenly kings could not be sealed just because he said so. However, there were still people arriving one after another. King Wu came, Li Zhu came, Dragon Transformation came, Lin Zi came, the Palm Seal Envoy came, the Sea-Suppressing Envoy came. Ji Yun's expression completely changed. He did not attack anymore and said in a low voice, "Everyone, this is the will of an emperor. We are only guarding on behalf of Sky Patrol. This time, the source is internal strife. We are also only obeying the emperor's orders." Before he finished speaking, the Sea-Suppressing Envoy rushed over and said coolly, "Where is the emperor?" How many emperors, how many extreme, Tao heavenly emperors are still alive? The Sea-Suppressing Envoy's expression was ice-cold as he said coldly, "What?" As the Heavenly Court Sea-Suppressing Envoy, one of the 3 envoys, can't this seat ask? At this moment, it said that it was the Sea-Suppressing Envoy. Ji Yun's expression was ugly, but he did not dare to get angry and said in a low voice, "Sea-Suppressing Envoy, we are also only obeying the Emperor's voice and have never seen the Emperor before." Trash. You actually haven't even seen the Emperor in 8,000 years, blindly following the Emperor just based on the voice. Who knows if someone is impersonating? Ji Yun's eyes flickered with anger. Was that a voice? Didn't you all see it just now? It was really the Emperor. The Emperor is really alive. Could it be that even the Emperor can't suppress you guys anymore? This seat will bring you to check. See if you were possessed by evil spirits or not. The Sea-Suppressing Envoy said it in a dignified manner. The next moment, heaven and earth changed. Ji Yun was gone. Fong Ping's expression changed, and he said angrily, "He's my target." Nobody paid attention to him. 4 breaking 7, 3 breaking 8 supreme powerhouses taking action, plus the chaos. It was virtually an all-round crushing, instantly separating the breaking 7 powerhouses. At this moment, those breaking 6 powerhouses who were still resisting the source being sealed roared angrily one after another, struggling violently. Some wanted to flee into the distance. Someone roared angrily, "You dare? We are patrollers. The Emperor's will. The Emperor is still alive. How dare they?" 4 breaking 7, 6 breaking 6. There were a total of 10 Heavenly King powerhouses. With this kind of strength, even if they encountered the 3 messengers and 8 kings of the past, they might not necessarily lose. They might even win. Back then, the 3 messengers might have broken 7. The 8 kings all broken 6. In fact, their strength was actually inferior to this group of people. The 3 realms patrollers were really too powerful, so powerful that they felt that with the Emperor behind them, who in the 3 realms would dare to disobey? Fong Ping could not be bothered with them. Looking at Li Zhu, looking at old Zhang, very soon he humphed. "Forget it. Leave those breaking 7 to them. Kill all these breaking 6. Coincidentally, this mainland is landed. It's not a small place. There are many treasures. Later, after killing them all, we'll search. Maybe we'll find some treasures, or the secrets of becoming an emperor." Having said that, Fong Ping attacked instantly, smashing a sealed saint into pieces with one punch. Yes, it was too simple. The sealed origin saint's strength was only at the true god level. He did not even have the strength of an emperor. How could such a weakling be Fong Ping's opponent? The reason why Fong Ping killed him with one punch was because he saw that this guy was surrounded by a saint order. He should be one of the 36 saints, if not him. Who else would he kill? Rubble. The sky fell, and the earth cracked. A great path collapsed directly. Dumbfounded. The patrollers were stunned. Killed just like that? The incomparably powerful top-notch saint was killed just like that? They had just come out of seclusion, just appeared in the 3 realms. They followed closely behind the Emperor to rule the 3 realms. They had to maintain the order of the 3 realms, operating according to the Emperor's will. And they died just like that? Sky Xiong. Someone cried out sorrowfully. Saint Sky Xiong of the 36 saints. The ancient saint was already close to the Heavenly King realm. Those who did not die were actually very close to the Heavenly King realm, but they had not broken through until now. Most of them were facing the last hurdle. That was why they were stuck in this realm. They had thought that they would reach the Heavenly King realm soon. But now, they were dead. Fong Ping's face was cold. He put away the sane order, sneered, and muttered, D***min, I just happened to be fighting with Li Zhu, these old turtles. Both sides were injured. If we continue fighting, my great path will be burned out. I almost burned to death. It's good now. I need to slow down. After killing a top-notch saint with one punch, the other saints, even if they only had the strength of a true god, forced the void to tear, trying to escape. A broken six heavenly king roared, Emperor! Where is the Emperor? We are patrolling on behalf of the sky. Before he finished speaking, old Zhang rushed over, the bamboo whip in his hand, whipping down. The other party could not dodge in time. His head bleeding, he roared wildly, No, we are patrollers. We are from the Nine Emperors sect. As if we're not. Dragon form whipped his tail, cracking the other party's golden body. Sky Dipper! Someone exclaimed. This person was Sky Dipper Saint, ranked second among the 36 saints. At this moment, he was also a broken six heavenly king. He was not weak, but his great path of origin was quickly sealed, resisting the invasion of the seal. At this moment, being targeted by King Wu and dragon form, his golden body cracked instantly. The other 5 heavenly kings roared again. On the other side, Feng could not take it anymore. It was actually his first time trying to seal 6 heavenly kings at once. At this moment, he felt like he was being pushed back. At this moment, the void split open and King Kuan walked over coldly. With a casual kick, he sent one of the broken 6 heavenly kings flying. The broken 6 heavenly king broke through the 6th layer of heaven, and the spatial crack came slashing over. This broken 6 heavenly king was originally not afraid of the spatial crack of the 6th layer of heaven. But now, a part of his origin was sealed, and his golden body was instantly cut into a bloody mess. Hong Yu, someone growled, looking at Hong Yu in the distance. Hong Yu's expression kept changing. King Kuan looked at Hong Yu and said coldly, Let me ask you, is father dead or alive? Is Chief Luo Yi alive or dead? Hong Yu said nothing. Very good. King Kuan snorted coldly. Are you in cahoots with these people? You are also a patrolling inspector. Are you their lackey? Hong Yu sighed softly. Lackey? Hong Kuan, there are some things that I don't understand. King Kuan said indifferently. There are many things that I don't understand, and there is no need for me to understand. You built the heavenly courts, and even when you called yourself the Demon Emperor, I still thought highly of you. But now, you are telling me that you are not fighting for yourself, but for those fellows. Trash! As soon as he finished speaking, King Kuan's seal appeared in his hand. He casually tossed it, and the heavenly king who had just been smashed into the 6th heaven was once again smashed into the depths of the space crack. A scream was instantly heard. King Kuan looked at Hong Yu and said coldly, Who are you summoning back? Who was that guy just now? Trying to act mysterious. Was it Human Emperor, Emperor Nan, or Emperor Shi? Hong Yu said nothing. I will settle the score with you later. King Kuan snorted coldly, and the void froze. At this time, Dragon Transformation and Zhang Tao were torturing the celestial spirits. One of them was smashed into the depths of the space, and there were still 4 heavenly kings struggling. King Kuan looked at the 4 of them, and then at Fong Ping who had avoided him and was chasing those saints. His gaze changed for a while, and with one strike, he severely injured a heavenly king, causing him to fall to Fong Ping's side. Fong Ping tilted his head and looked at him. King Kuan said coldly, I don't care about your matters. It is your freedom to kill whoever you want. The Emperor's patrolling inspectors are existences that monitor the 3 realms. I will not provoke them. You better not kill them. If you kill them, I will not rest until you are dead. Fong Ping blinked his eyes. This bastard. Weren't we already fighting to the death a long time ago? Instead of killing them now, you want me to do it? What do you mean? Do you think I'm not afraid of the Emperor? Although these people had all attacked, none of them killed anyone. They were all waiting for Fong Ping to strike. Each of them was cunning. If the Emperor came again at this moment, no problem. He would just push the blame to Fong Ping. They were all top-notch powerhouses of the origin, and they did not kill anyone personally. How could the Emperor kill them? Watching this person land in front of him, his golden body smashed by King Kuan, Fong Ping suddenly asked, "Do you have a heavenly king seal? Do you have a saint token?" King Kuan said lightly, "He has it." How can the fourth-rank Saint Tianxian not have a saint token? Oh, Fong Ping did not say much. Gray force blasted out instantly, and with a rumble, the golden body exploded. The god-slaying saber slashed out, one slash after another. Tianxian roared madly, his origin struggling violently, vaguely breaking free from the seal's shackles. In the blink of an eye, his aura recovered. Even though the golden body had exploded, his chi activity was still extremely strong. At this moment, Lindsay held the cat palace in her hand and tossed it over, smashing the other's spirit body instantly. Lindsay ignored him. At this moment, she was grabbing the cat's tail, her expression ugly, and shouted in a low voice, "Don't attack." She was taking care of the cat and had no time to care about others. As for the cat palace, when she was taking care of the cat just now, it was accidentally knocked away by the cat and hit Tianxian. She did not do it on purpose. Fong Ping blinked his eyes again. This woman was not a good person either. Her acting was too fake. "Lindsay, you are a descendant of the Spirit Emperor." Tianxian was shocked and angry. He roared, "How dare you!" Lindsay was also a descendant of the Emperor. They were in the same camp. Tianxian was furious. At this moment, in the void, a powerhouse with a break 7 roared, "King Kuan, suppressing C. It's not what you think." In the past, a group of people who had the potential to become emperors were left in the 3 realms. Our qualifications were slightly worse, so we chose another path. We were not abandoned like you think. How can you do this? King Kuan frowned slightly. At this moment, another person roared, "We are all Emperor's followers. Back then, your qualifications were better and your chances were higher, so you were left in the 3 realms by the Emperors to fight for a chance. You were not abandoned. Everyone stop attacking." The previous domineering and arrogant attitude was long gone. At this moment, regardless of whether these words were true or not, it made some powerhouses waver slightly. These words might not be false. A few powerhouses with a break 7 were shocked, angry, and terrified. They did not expect this to happen. The Emperor had almost descended. Although he was beaten back, the Emperor was still alive. These people actually dared to kill them right under the Emperor's nose. A saint had already died. Not only that, at this moment, the heavenly king Tianxian was also almost finished. A heavenly king was about to die as soon as he appeared. Who would not be afraid? Some people had already begun to frantically spread the news, calling for the Emperor. Someone roared fiercely, "Ji Yun, summon the Emperor back. Hurry, hurry!" They were all afraid. The heavenly kings in the 3 realms were all lunatics. They attacked them at the slightest disagreement. The powerhouses of several parties had actually attacked. Who could resist this? Fong Ping said faintly, 10 heavenly kings, 4 of them with a break 7. They appeared at this time. I heard that the chance of the 3 realms has not opened yet. They appeared at this time. Hee. What are they trying to do? King Kuan frowned again. He ignored Fong Ping, but did not say anything. Fong Ping did not care about him. These people were still a little afraid of the Emperor. This was inevitable. After all, the Emperor had really appeared just now. As for himself, what was Fong Ping afraid of? He was not afraid. The Emperor was about to appear. With his current strength and temper, if he really appeared, he and the Emperor would definitely not be on the same boat. Sooner or later, he would still offend the other party. This was inevitable. Fong Ping knew his place, especially the Emperor. This person was going to walk the real Emperor path. He was destined to have some discord with old Zhang. It was a conflict of orthodoxy and Tao. If he did not make a move now, when would he make a move? Who knew if the one who had just appeared was the Emperor? Fong Ping could not be bothered with others. Tianxian was right in front of him, seriously injured. King Kuan, Fong, and Lin Zi attacked one after another. How could he, a break 6, resist? At this moment, his spirit body was in the process of collapsing. Fong Ping did not speak anymore. With a muffled sound, he went forward and slashed wildly. Slash after slash, slash after slash. Rumble! In the sky, another Tao collapsed. Tianxian, someone broke down. A few heavenly kings with a break 6 were currently burning their origin and golden body to break free from Feng's control. Someone's eyes revealed incomparable horror. The heavenly king was dead. Tianxian, a heavenly king who had not made a move in the 3 realms after becoming a heavenly king, was killed just like that. His death was too humiliating. Fang Ping snatched a saint's token and laughed. The 10th one. The 10th saint token he had obtained today. As for himself, he had 20 of them to begin with. In this way, Fang Ping had collected as many as 30 out of the 36 saint tokens. As for the heavenly king seals, he also had 5. As for the remaining 3, King Kuan had 1. As for the remaining 2, one was taken away by heavenly king suppression and the other by Sky Arm in West Palace. Heaven's fate lamented again. Heavenly king, what's the use? Offending the 3 realms all at once. When you came out, keep a low profile. Talk to all parties first, be more sincere, and then come to the 3 realms. For break 7, 6 break 6, and you won't be attacked for no reason. Everyone is afraid of such a strong force. You must first rope them in. If it really doesn't work, come out one by one. You appeared 10 at once. Instantly, you're the strongest force in the origin path. If I don't kill you, I'll kill ghosts. Heaven's fate shook his head. It was not that they were not strong. It was because they were too strong that this happened. 10 heavenly kings. For break 7 existences. Even on the human side, excluding external help, they were no match for them. On the catacomb side, even if the 2 Tao-confirming heavenly kings were still alive, they might not be a match for them. As for King Kuan's side, 3 heavenly kings might only be able to defeat 4 break 7. With the remaining 6 heavenly kings attacking, it was not impossible to kill them. This was an incomparably huge threat. They appeared all of a sudden. Who would not be afraid? Beside him, Sheng Nan said in a low voice, Prince, eldest senior brother. Eldest senior brother. Among the 6 break 6 existences, one was the chief of Emperor West's bloodline. At this moment, Tianxian was killed, and heavenly strength was being tortured by Old Zhang and Dragon Transformation. He could not hold on much longer. Among the remaining 4, one was blasted into the void, and 3 were struggling to escape. And among these 3, there were people from Emperor West's bloodline. Heaven's fate pursed his lips. The others won't dare to kill him. He's my father's eldest disciple, after all. If my father is really alive, won't he offend my father? But with crazy Fang Ping around, it's hard to say. The 3 bloodlines of Emperor West, Emperor North, and Emperor Renhuang were all present. Emperor West and Emperor North's chief were both break 6, and Emperor Renhuang's Ji Yun was break 7. Another break 7, the guy who was being beaten up, was the chief of the Emperor God's bloodline. Finally, there was another break 6, and that was Emperor South's disciple. Beast Emperor, Spirit Emperor, Earthly Emperor, and East Emperor did not have any disciples among them. It was unknown whether they were dead or did not come this time. It was unknown whether there were only so many 3 realms patrollers. Heaven's fate was also observing in secret. It was not true that he did not want to watch the show. Especially just now, when the sky collapsed and the giant eye appeared, he was also surprised. At this moment, Sheng Nan was worried about eldest senior brother, but he did not care too much. After thinking for a while, he said, the few fellows among the 36 saints are dead for sure. As for the others, it might not be so. The others don't dare to kill them now. As for Fang Ping, he's not that stupid. Didn't you see that he only chose those who were not the emperor's direct descendants? Heaven's fate shook his head. He's just testing the emperor's endurance limit. Do you really think he's crazy enough to force the emperor to descend and kill him? He's just testing to see how many people he's killed. The emperor can't hold back anymore. He's also weakening the patroller's strength at the same time. Everyone knows this. Don't think that they're all clamoring to exterminate them. Don't worry, they won't all die in the end. Sheng Nan looked at Heaven's fate with some surprise. Prince Yu. He wanted to say that the prince had figured out the key in the blink of an eye. He was becoming more and more like a wise man. Heaven's fate was indifferent. Everyone thinks so. Who doesn't understand? Do you think that there are only lunatics in the three realms? Lunatics are all smart. Fools have died long ago. The rest are all among the patrollers. These people observe the three realms in secret. They don't participate in it personally. A group of bystanders. What can they understand? Without personal experience, what did these people know? For 8,000 years, they had been roaming outside the three realms. There was no sense of crisis, no sense of oppression, no sense of survival, no fear of being abandoned. They had not experienced anything. Compared to this group of people who had struggled in the three realms for 8,000 years, even the saints had more sense of crisis than their heavenly kings. That included the group of people who had been revived. They had died once, after all. In fact, they had more sense of crisis than these people. Look, the sense of crisis was not strong. They thought that the sovereign could still shock the three realms like 8,000 years ago. After the incident with the earthly sovereign's clone, their fear and respect for the sovereign had mostly disappeared. As he spoke, the great Tao rumbled. Heaven's fate looked at the crack above the western palace and curled his lips. Tiangang is dead. There are two heavenly kings. Did these guys appear in the three realms to calm down? So many heavenly kings have died. It's about time to end this war. Tianke, Tiangang, Tianxian, Tianming, Weapon Master, Yuanhua, Heaven's fate counted. 6. That was about it. If they continued to kill, they would probably cross the line. With 6 heavenly kings dead, this war was about to end. Heaven's fate glanced at Shang Nan again. He lowered his head to study the chessboard and said, "See? Still joining the war? Are you seeking death? Damn heavenly kings. Apart from Tianming, who is weaker than me, if that guy is not dead, don't let him enter the Western Palace. If you want to die with him, bring your men out." Shang Nan smiled bitterly. How would he dare? Eldest senior brother, good luck. He was not in the mood to count how many saints had died today. Too many had died. The source universe was shaking nonstop. He should continue to follow the prince. At least the prince knew how to seek fortune and avoid disaster. Chapter 1253. Forbidden Sea. Heavenly strength was not killed by Fong Ping. Old Zhang was ruthless and killed heavenly strength directly. The fall of 2 heavenly kings shook heaven and earth. At this moment, there were signs of the sky being torn apart again. Fong Ping looked up at the sky. One by one, the heavenly king powerhouses were shaken out of the void. The three realms patrollers. No one was arrogant anymore. Their faces were ashen. 2 heavenly kings were dead. In the blink of an eye. For 8,000 years, this group of people hid behind the scenes. Sometimes they would come out to maintain the balance of the 3 realms. Over the years, even if they encountered Heavenly King Garrison, a few Heavenly King powerhouses secretly intimidated them, and Heavenly King Garrison quickly retreated. As a result, they really did not think that this day would come. They had intimidated many powerhouses who had broken 8. Of course, these people did not show the strength of breaking 8 before. Fong Ping looked at the sky as he swung his saber, killing a saint who was fleeing on the spot. You should have hidden the saint token. Why did you have to take it out to protect yourself? Is it appropriate not to kill you? Fong Ping killed this person casually, as if he did not see him. He grabbed the saint token and did not care about anything else. The patrollers were even more indignant. Another one died. 2 saints and 2 kings. 4 of the 18 top-notch powerhouses from before died in the blink of an eye. The sky is going to split open? Fong Ping looked at the sky and laughed. The Emperor is coming again? The one just now? The one whose eyeball was blown out? Everyone looked at him. Ji Yun and the others were pale at this moment. They looked at Fong Ping with some coldness, but they restrained it. Devil. This guy was a devil. At this moment, the Emperor did not arrive. They finally learned their lesson and did not continue to reprimand him. At this time, the Emperor might arrive at any time. Fong Ping actually dared to provoke him. Even if they hated him to the core, they had to admit that this guy was really cruel and lawless. Even the few who had broken 8 looked solemn at this time. They did not dare to provoke the emperor at this moment. Killing was just a test. The results showed that only 2 heavenly kings had died. The one who was about to arrive earlier seemed to be a little angry again and could not hold it in. At this time, Heavenly King Garrison's voice sounded in Fong Ping's mind. Stop provoking him. If you really force the emperor into a corner, once he descends, brat, do you really want to die at this time? However, Fong Ping did not care about these words. At this moment, he chuckled and said, the monarch has been planning for so long. Just because 2 heavenly kings are dead, he's going to descend now. Has the plan succeeded or failed? Is this how the emperor behaves? Is that all you have? You've been plotting for 10,000 years? You want to lead the 3 realms? If this is the scheming of an emperor, the patience of an emperor, and the magnanimity of an emperor, then I'll just say, screw you. What kind of rubbish is this? Fong Ping sneered, provocative, arrogant. Many people thought that Fong Ping had really gone mad. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was calm. He said lazily, I'll try. If he didn't have much patience, he would descend upon anyone he killed in the future. What was the point of fighting then? 2 dead heavenly kings were about to come out, so they might as well stop fighting. Everyone just admitted defeat and became grandsons. Emperor Realm experts were already in such a state. There was no way to match them. So what was the point of fighting? His people couldn't be attacked. Once they were attacked, they would descend. Might as well stop playing. A game of chess, right? The chess pieces on the chessboard aren't moving anymore. I'll let you play my asterisk guess. Fong Ping was not afraid at this moment. He looked up at the sky and laughed. Are there rules among the emperors? Are there any agreements? Or is it that your people can't die? Even if they become emperors, it can only be those you choose? If that's the case, give me a list now. The chosen ones will become emperors. The rest can wash up and go home to their mothers. Fong Ping burst into laughter. Zhang Tao said mildly, you're right. If we die, so be it. If they die, the emperors will descend and kill them. What's the point of fighting? Just give them a list and let them play. Zhang Tao sneered in disdain. Emperor? The emperors who descend frequently now are either the idiots among the emperors or the weakest one. They've probably been ostracized by the emperors. They're afraid that if their people die, they won't have any backup, right? This kind of person, I don't think there's a need to be afraid. All the heavenly kings here together. Hee, they might be able to kill an emperor today. Zhang Tao laughed. I'm just afraid that you guys won't dare. If you want to become an emperor, if you kill one, maybe someone else will succeed. Fong Ping also laughed and said, it's hard to say. 9 emperors and 9 emperors have been here for 30,000 years, and no one has succeeded. Is it because 9 emperors are the limit, and the origin can only support 9 emperors? If one dies, can someone else become an emperor? At this time, the heavenly king, subduing's eyes moved slightly. He said softly, the powerhouses of the origin have to rely on the origin universe to support them. They need a lot of origin chi. There are more emperors. They need origin chi to support the origin world and the origin Dao. Maybe there's a limit to the number. As soon as he said that, Fong chuckled at the back. It's hard to say. Back then, someone also speculated that the 4 emperors couldn't become emperors because the origin could no longer support them. Otherwise, with the 4 emperors' talents, it's hard to understand why they couldn't become emperors. Fong Ping grinned. There's still hope. There's a possibility too. Of course, it's very dangerous. There are so many people here. If we fight together, we might be able to kill the other party. But probably 90% of them will die. The one who survives might become an emperor. Zhang Tao said thoughtfully, haven't all of you waited for this opportunity for so many years? If you win, you get the meat. If you lose your life. That's it. Some people died in vain. For example, the weapon master. He didn't even get a chance. If we go all out, there might be a chance. The 2 of them echoed each other. Even though everyone knew what they were thinking, it was also the truth. Yes, everyone waited for 8,000 years. They hid for 8,000 years. They schemed for 8,000 years. They fought for 8,000 years for what? To become an emperor. When the fake sky grave opened that day, knowing that there was a chance, these people went in one after another. Today, if they could really kill an emperor, they could really succeed. Even if everyone knew that most of them would die, or even be wiped out, there was still a chance. At this moment, Heavenly Arm suddenly chuckled. If you dare to fight, the Chuwu lineage is willing to lend you a hand. Everyone's eyes flickered. Ji Yun and the others' faces were pale. Terrifying. He had this thought again. They were all lunatics. These people were actually discussing to kill an emperor. Emperors were invincible. This was something that everyone knew. However, if they really joined forces, how many of them could break through 8? There were quite a few here. There were still some in the sky grave and Chuwu. With the other heavenly kings, it was not impossible to kill an emperor. Perhaps everyone had this thought, but no one dared to say it out loud. However, someone said it today. A guy who broke through 6. Fong Ping had this thought. He licked his lips and smiled. Opportunities are fought for by ourselves. Martial arts must fight. If we don't fight, can we wait for the opportunity to come to us? Everyone is prepared to break the celestial barrier, fight to the death, and become an emperor. If that's the case, instead of waiting for an unknown future, why not fight for a chance, a bigger chance? Whether to kill an emperor to prove one's path has a higher chance or to wait for the future. This needs to be weighed by everyone. Everyone here has fought for so many years. Some people are afraid of death, such as King Kuan and Fong. They're all afraid of death. However, the opportunity is here. Are you guys still afraid of death? Fong Ping chuckled. I know you guys too well. As long as the benefits exceed expectations, you're not afraid of death. If you don't dare to fight, it's nothing more than the benefits not reaching your expectations, right? Fong raised her eyebrows and smiled faintly. Interesting. Fong Ping, what you said is right. We don't dare to fight. Not only do we not dare, but we're also afraid of getting hurt now. If we get hurt, we won't have a chance in the future, and all our fear is for that one fight. If that gamble had appeared now, it's not impossible that I wouldn't take another gamble. Heavenly King Zhun also smiled. We still dare. What we're afraid of is the appearance of a second one. Fong Ping, do you understand? Fong Ping smiled. I understand. There's still hope for us to kill one. If we kill 2, I'm afraid it'll be dangerous. But do you think they don't have restraint? Didn't you see Emperor Heavenly Reverse make a move? There are also factions. This guy who descended also has enemies. People are afraid that no one can restrain them. If someone is restrained, then there will be a weakness. The second one, what if the second one is stopped? Don't think everything is impossible. I think the possibility is very high. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like this today. Everyone, why don't we give it a try? Fong looked at Fong Ping and chuckled. How do we try? Fong Ping licked his lips again. His mouth was a little dry. He was a little agitated and excited. He whispered, let Ji Yun and the others summon. Let Hong Yu summon. We'll take the initiative to fish. Catch a big fish. The sea guardian glanced at him and then at the ash cat. The ash cat was staring at him with its cat eyes wide open. Big fish. The sea guardian snorted in his heart. He hated Fong Ping's metaphor. However, at this moment, the others were overwhelmed with emotions. Fishing. Actively fishing for an emperor. For tens of thousands of years. Only Fong Ping dared to say this. Not only was he not afraid, he actually wanted to take the initiative to fish for an emperor. At this moment, Ji Yun and the others were really trembling. Crazy! A group of heavenly kings was actually discussing fishing for an emperor and taking the initiative to lure it. Fong Ping continued to tempt them. Passively waiting or actively creating opportunities? Passively, that means we're still pawns. Taking the initiative, although it's more dangerous, the initiative is in our hands. Everyone, I'm afraid you've thought about this before. But you're afraid of death, because you know how powerful an emperor is. I've heard of it before, but I don't know. So, although I'm afraid, I dare to think about it. It's not to the extent that I don't even dare to think about it. Nobodies can't change anything. They can't change their fate of being pawns. But even if they're pawns, They have to be pawns with value, don't they? Fong Ping smiled sinisterly. After becoming an emperor, don't care about the dead. After becoming an emperor, my only request is to continue to discuss some people. How about that? Everyone, if you dare, do it now. I see that he doesn't seem to be moving. Why don't we kill a few more heavenly kings and lure him here? Of course, we have to agree in advance and reach an agreement. Otherwise, we'll just be sending ourselves to death for nothing. Everyone was overwhelmed with emotions, their mouths dry. Even those who had broken 8 were thirsty at this moment. Their chances were actually the highest. The chances of breaking 6 should be the lowest, but it did not mean that there was no chance. Heavenly Arm said in a low voice, "If you've decided the commotion at the cemetery of heaven is too big, it's not appropriate to summon them back now. I'll inform the underworld god and the others to rush over immediately. There are still 2 broken 8, many broken 7, and more than 10 broken 6 existences over at Chu Wu." Heavenly King Subduing was also taking a deep breath. "Me Hong Kuan C Suppressor Fong the Blacksmith plus the 3 from your side. 8 broken 8, he did not count Hong Yu in." At this moment, he looked at Hong Yu and laughed softly. "Hong Yu, are you going to participate? Or are you going to betray us?" Hong Yu's expression changed. He did not expect the situation to develop in this direction. A group of people were discussing how to kill an emperor. If the weapon master was still here, he would definitely object. But he was dead. If Hong Yu was included, there were a total of 9 who had broken 8, many who had broken 7, and even more who had broken 6. If they attacked together, they might not be able to kill an emperor. There was hope. There really was hope. The situation had completely exceeded expectations. It was completely out of control. Hong Yu saw some people looking at him darkly. He said in a low voice, "If I say no, do I have to die now?" King Kuan said coldly, "If Father is alive, all of this will not happen today. If Father is here and these people dare to do this, I will be the first to object. But Father, is he alive or dead? Or is he in a deep sleep and will never wake up again?" King Kuan said coldly, "If that's the case, to agree to it and live. If not, then die." Hong Yu's expression changed. King Kuan was extremely cold. "Don't think that you can escape this. You are bait. You are the bait. Think about it carefully. If you get the emperor, will he spare your life?" Hong Yu fell silent and did not speak again. Everyone looked at each other. For a moment, the atmosphere was so strange that it was scary. Excitement. Excitement. Fear. Yes, there was fear. It was impossible that they did not. They were also afraid of death. If they really did it this time, they might all die. But hadn't they waited for this opportunity for 8,000 years? Usually no one would mention it. No one dared to say it. But today there was. Since there was, they could give it a try. Perhaps the alliance would succeed. The patrol envoys were terrified to the extreme. However, at this time, the Broken 8 and Broken 7 who were present surrounded them in the center. They could not run. Whoever ran would die. They would definitely die. Jian no longer had any pride or the feeling of looking down on the masses. He only felt that he had entered the demon world. This was not the 3 realms. This was the demon world. And this was what other people thought of the human world in the past. Fong Ping became more excited. "How about we try? Even if we don't succeed, we must let those high and mighty fellows know that we are not to be trifled with. We dare to resist too. The 3 realms is ours. Since the emperors have left, then go further away. If they come back and stretch their claws again, we will chop off their claws. Everyone, are you really going to wait for these emperors to give us a chance? Will the emperor's path really appear on the day the heavenly human realm wall shatters? Will it really appear? But I know that if we kill the emperor's path will appear, and we can see the truth." Fong Ping was like a devil, tempting them to go to hell. At this moment, more people rushed over. King Qian, King Zhen, including Moon Spirit. Almost all the heavenly kings of the origin path had gathered, except for those in the tomb of heaven. Not only the heavenly kings, but the saints had also arrived one after another. The elites of the 3 realms, except for those at junior martial arts, had almost all arrived. With the power of the 3 realms, could they kill the emperor? Yes. This thought arose in everyone's mind. This thought became heavier and heavier. Hell was in their hearts. The devil was in their hearts. No, don't. At this moment, a patrol broke down and said weakly, "No, don't kill us. Everyone, don't kill us. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. In a few more days, there will definitely be a chance. Killing the Emperor is too dangerous, really too dangerous. We are the Emperor's eyes and ears. As long as we don't summon them and not too many die, the Emperors will not return. Their understanding of the three realms is all reported by us. They are in the depths of the origin, outside the nine heavens." At this moment, this collapsed heavenly king said quickly, "Everyone, if we don't die, if we don't summon them, the Emperor will not return. The three realms is still the three realms. It's still your three realms, not the Emperor's." The other patrols did not say a word. They were all scared. Once the plan was approved, they, the Emperor's eyes and ears, would definitely be killed. There were no exceptions. Han Yu might be an exception, because he had also broken 8. Broken 8? Everyone wanted to become an emperor. It was a horrifying plan, a plan that no one had thought of. If Fong Ping had not proposed this plan today, no one present would have thought of doing it. This was because the success rate of killing the emperor was too low. It was too difficult to unite the three realms. Today, however, they had this opportunity. The atmosphere became more and more strange. Fong Ping began to refine those saint tokens. His gaze was also very strange. "I was just saying, turns out you guys really had this intention. Really, if I had known this would happen, I would have treated the emperors as imaginary enemies. That way, we wouldn't have to fight anymore, right?" The demon emperor and the others also wanted to become emperors. There were more powerhouses today. The success rate of the plan was higher. Since everyone had this intention, Fong Ping really wanted to try it. Do it big. This was a big deal, right? Fong Ping felt that the plan he proposed should be even more shocking than the Immortal Source plan back then. It should be so. At least the Immortal Source plan did not think that anyone wanted to kill the Emperor. Licking his lips, Fong Ping chuckled. "I proposed this plan. It's called Fong Ping's plan. I want to leave my name in history. I want the three realms to remember that I, Fong Ping, once did an earth-shattering deal." Everyone looked at each other. No one cared about him. It did not matter what the plan was. Either he lived to become an emperor, or he died. If he died, what plan would they care about? If he lived, then they did not care. Considering that Fong Ping had mentioned the plan, they had just become emperors. It was not a big deal to call it Fong Ping's plan, was it not? Seeing this, Zhang Tao said in a low voice, "Everyone, make your stand. If you can agree, you don't have to say anything now. If you can't agree," Zhang Tao chuckled, "kill a heavenly king first before leaving." When he said that, it was no different from forcing them to do something. Either they did not agree, or they killed a heavenly king and left. It was too obvious who they would kill. "No, everyone, you can't do this." At this time, the few broken sevens could not sit still anymore. King Kan's face was full of despair. He was almost begging, "King Kuan, King Qian, Heavenly King Garrison, we were also forced. We were still members of the Heavenly Court back then, high-ranking members of the Heavenly Court. The Emperor has an order we dare not disobey. Everyone, we don't want this, we really don't want this." King Kan and the others were afraid. They would die. They were the targets of the flag sacrifice. As for Fong Ping, he was now determined to overturn this chessboard and break this chess game. The more he thought about it, the more he understood that everyone's every move was being watched. Living in the three realms was actually a cage. He did not want to. Perhaps the day before they became emperors would be the day they were harvested. If this went on, waiting would only lead to death. He might as well take a gamble. Even now, when was it not a gamble? If he wanted to gamble, then he would gamble big. Wouldn't that be even more beautiful? Fong Ping's heart was beating rapidly. He was also agitated and excited. At this moment, he did not speak anymore and transmitted his voice to the powerhouses in all directions. "Everyone, I'll wait for 10 minutes. If no one has any objections, then let's do it. If you're afraid, Suppress those people with broken sevens, and let those who are afraid kill one and leave. After leaving, scram far away. Otherwise, to reduce variables, I'll have to kill you. Senior Sky Arm, you can summon the beginner powerhouses. Don't make too much noise. This is the first time the three realms have joined forces. Thinking about it, I'm a little excited. Forget about me as the vanguard. I'm not qualified. Heavenly King Garrison, you'll be the vanguard. Heavenly King Garrison rolled his eyes. You want me to be the vanguard to kill the Emperor? I won't do it. Let Sky Arm and the others be the vanguard. Sky Arm, do you want to do it? If you want to do it, then be the vanguard. We'll eat the meat together. You guys just want to have fun. Beginners can't become emperors anyway. Sky Arm's tone was low. Sure, he had wanted to do it a long time ago, but he was afraid that he wouldn't have the chance, afraid that he wouldn't be able to do it, afraid that he would die in vain, afraid that there were too many things. If I can really kill an emperor today, I'm willing to die. Heavenly King Garrison looked at Fong Ping proudly. See, do you need me to die? Sky Arm and the others were fighting to do it. The first to kill was naturally the most dangerous. This matter was handed over to beginners. At this moment, West Royal Palace. Sky Extremity laughed. Look, the war has stopped. My calculations were right. It's time to stop the war. That's good too. People are dying every day. Even I'm a little scared. Now it's time for me to show myself. Shengnan asked curiously, Prince Yu, what was he going to do at this time? Divide the benefits. Sky Extremity laughed. It's not treasures. It's information, secrets. There's no harm in listening. Those people have returned. More or less they know something. Now Fong Ping and the others must be interrogating them about the secrets. This is inevitable. I'll go listen, in case I'm clueless about these things. In the three realms, you can give up anything, but you must be well informed. Sky Extremity stood up and said, I'll go over first. Secrets are things that many people know. They don't mind one more person knowing, understand? However, things like the Saint Token and the Heavenly King's Seal must not be touched, lest you get into trouble. Sheng Nan nodded. At this moment, she admired Prince a little. More and more. Sky Extremity was also very proud. This was what he had gained after the trip to the fake Heavenly Grave. A change in temperament. Look, the war is over. I'm going. I don't want any benefits. I'll show my face, listen to some news, and tell all parties that I'm on the three realms side. Isn't that perfect? Sky Extremity laughed. With the superiority of crushing intelligence, he disappeared from the West Emperor Dojo instantly. It was time to go out. Sheng Nan watched the Emperor disappear. She was also emotional. Prince had matured. The war had stopped. It was safe. Chapter 1254. Drip, drip, sweat. Yes, sweat was dripping. On the Forbidden Sea, the Heavenly Kings of the Inspectors were sweating. At the Heavenly King realm, there was no sweat. But at this time, they were afraid. It was too quiet. The silence before the storm was terrifyingly quiet. Terrifyingly quiet. The broken 7 Heavenly Kings were trembling at this moment. They were afraid that these people had really reached an agreement. If so, the inspectors present would definitely die. In this extreme silence, in this extremely strange state, the void was torn apart. As soon as the void was torn apart, Celestial Pole stopped in his tracks. Strange. The atmosphere was too strange. This gave Celestial Pole a bad feeling. What happened? The Heavenly Kings present looked at him in unison. At this moment, there was surprise, pity, and laughter. Yes, everyone's feelings were complicated. Everyone was struggling now. Celestial Pole hadn't come, so everyone ignored him. But at this juncture, why did he come? Everyone fellow cultivators this, Celestial Pole said dryly, sweat beading on his forehead. What happened? What happened? Was he being forced to reveal information? But why was no one saying anything? Even if he spoke now, no one answered him. Silence. Celestial Pole was about to collapse. What happened? His mouth was dry. Celestial Pole laughed dryly again. Fellow cultivators, if there's anything that's not suitable for me to hear, I'll take my leave first. Since you're here, don't leave. A faint voice was heard. Celestial Pole's hair stood on end. Why did it sound like he was going to kill someone? Behind, Fong Ping chuckled. Celestial Pole Prince, you came just in time. Was the one who descended earlier your father? Celestial Pole heaved a sigh of relief, thinking that he was going to settle scores. He said hurriedly, I don't think so. Of course, it's the voice of the origin after all. It's not too real, but I don't think it's my father. He felt that it did not sound like his father. If that was the case, it had nothing to do with him. He would not be implicated, would he? Fong Ping laughed again. Everyone, you're all powerhouses who have experienced the ancient heavenly court. Who was the one earlier? It's not Spirit Emperor, Lindsay replied faintly. Although it was hard to distinguish the voice of the origin source from that of a man or a woman, she was certain that this was not the voice of the Spirit Emperor. Moon Spirit replied calmly, It's not my father. The North Sovereign Saber didn't react, so it shouldn't be the Earthly Sovereign either. The Earthly Sovereign Sword didn't react either. When a powerhouse descended, their weapons would more or less react. Fong Ping also came to a realization. It was not Emperor West. Otherwise, the god-slaying saber would not be so calm. A member of the East, South God Beast, and Human Dragonborn laughed and said, It's not a beast sovereign, you know. As for the Emperor God, he is powerful. Not even the Emperor of Heaven Reverse dares to deal with him. People from the East and South. Fong Ping smiled. It was one of the three. The reason why he wanted to clarify things was to prevent any accidents from happening. For example, some of the people present had a close relationship with the Emperor. Neither Dong Wang nor Ren Huang was here at the moment. If it was Emperor Nan, the water power was here. Fong Ping looked at Shui Li. Shui Li transformed into his human form. His expression changed slightly as he said, Maybe probably not Lord Emperor Nan. If Master returns, cough cough, there will be some commotion in that place. I didn't notice anything unusual before. What place? No one asked, but they had a rough idea. If it was not Emperor Nan's personal belongings, then it was a divine weapon. Of course, since it was that place, could it be the place where Emperor Nan secluded himself for a long time? Emperor Nan's palace? Everyone already had their own guesses. Shui Li was also helpless. He had to say that if he did not say it, he could not rule out the possibility of Emperor Nan. If he could not rule it out, could he still be trusted as Emperor Nan's mount? Dong Wang, Ren Huang. Fong Ping rubbed his chin and murmured, These two give me the feeling that they are very low-key. Why are they so hot-tempered? They came at the slightest disagreement. Ji Yuan seems to be an important figure among the patrols. Could it be the arrival of Ren Huang? Fong Ping licked his lips. Dong Wang doesn't seem to be here. If that's the case, it might really be Ren Huang. Is he hiding his strength? Or is he really hot-tempered and weak? Ren Huang seemed to like to hide his strength. He heard that he had always been obedient to Earthly Emperor. For a guy like him to act weak and hot-tempered now seemed understandable. As for whether he was really weak or pretending to be weak, how would Fong Ping know? They were discussing. Celestial Pole heaved a sigh of relief. This has nothing to do with me. The people of the Human Emperor and the Eastern Emperor might be in trouble. At this moment, he was looking all around him. Eventually, he decided to go over to Moon Spirit's side. He wanted to get more familiar with Moon Spirit so that he could gather some information. When he arrived, Moon Spirit looked at him with a strange expression. Celestial Extremity smiled and said, Moon Spirit, do you have any secrets? You want to hear it? Moon Spirit's voice was faint, causing Tianji's hair to stand on end. However, he still transmitted his voiceover. Tell me, what did Ji Yuan and the others say? Which sovereigns are still alive? I didn't say. If you didn't say, then you guys. Tianji, what are you doing here? Tianji felt depressed. What did that mean? I can't come. If I didn't come, I would be the only heavenly king of the three realms who hasn't arrived. It would be easy for me to be targeted. Heaven's fate wasn't stupid either. The only heavenly king who hadn't expressed his opinion was also in danger. You're early. What do you mean? Moon Spirit looked at him for a long time. Then she chuckled softly, and her voice echoed into his mind, because they're discussing how to slaughter an emperor. Rumble. Thunder rumbled. 5 bolts of lightning. Heaven's fate's expression changed drastically. What was this? Did this king hear wrongly? Slaughter an emperor? Moon's spirit continued. You're early. If you came later, no one would care if you came or not. But you came at this time. Sigh. I don't know if you're lucky or unlucky. If you're lucky, you still have hope. He didn't want this hope? At this moment, Heaven's fate's heart was about to explode. He didn't want this hope. He knew what hope it was. Why would he slaughter an emperor? For the great Tao. But he didn't want this hope. With so many people, how could there be so much hope? Even if he slaughtered an emperor, he might not be the winner. On the contrary, he was weak, and he might die even faster. Heaven's fate's mentality collapsed. Why did this king come here now? Could he still leave? He looked around. He wanted to leave. He wanted to go home. But at this time, many people were looking at him. He thought he would never forget that look in his life. Try and leave. Heaven's fate's body was a little stiff. He couldn't leave. These guys were already crazy enough to slaughter an emperor. They would not mind killing another heavenly king. Even if he was Emperor Shi's son, it was nothing. Heaven's fate swallowed, his voice trembling slightly. This king has only broken six not long ago. His strength is average, very weak. He was very weak. He could not leave. He could participate in the battle, but he had to hide at the back. He had no choice but to participate in the battle. At this time, Fong Ping had refined 3 saint tokens. The source world had not reached the point of 800 meters. It was still a little short. He had 11 saint tokens and a heavenly king seal. After refining them, 800 meters was stable. 900 meters was hopeful. Fong Ping no longer refined the saint token. At this moment, he was refining King Li's token at all costs. After refining this heavenly king seal, he might be able to reach 800 meters. His combat strength would soar again. At this moment, King Kuin's voice rang in his ears. It was very cold. Even if they descend, they might just be clones. Fong Ping laughed. Are clones powerful? Around the strength of Broken 7. That's good enough. Fong Ping laughed. Broken 7. I killed the Inspector Broken 7. Is it useful for his clone to descend? Since it's useless, of course it's his real body. Not necessarily. The sovereign is very confident. He thinks that his clone is enough to intimidate the 3 realms. Do you understand? Understood. Fong Ping nodded. Indeed, the sovereign was very powerful. Even his clone had descended. Would you dare to disobey? If that was the case, of course, there was no need to care too much about the strength. The main thing was the suppression of the real body's strength. Fong Ping laughed. It's okay. I'm a lunatic. Everyone don't worry. If his clone really descends, the few of us humans will go up and kill this clone. The sovereign will definitely be furious. This is good too. I'm really afraid that the Celestial Emperor Reverse will stop us. If we kill the opponent's clone, even the Celestial Emperor Reverse will probably not stop us. After all, this concerns the dignity of the sovereign, right? Everyone, you can watch a big show first. I'll also let you see if the courage of the human powerhouses is made of iron. Fong Ping said faintly, I'm not afraid. I don't have the intention of tricking you to go up and die. I'll be an example. I didn't dare to do it before because I was afraid that the real body would kill me in seconds. But if it's a clone, I'll be an example to all of you. Let's see if I, Fong Ping, am a person who is afraid of death. King Kun nodded slightly. This was sincerity. When the clone appeared, Fong Ping killed it. Whether it was the clone or the real body, it meant that he would fight to the death with the sovereign. In this way, he did not have to worry about the humans having other thoughts. This kind of thing was most dangerous to shirk responsibility. Once someone shirked responsibility, this thing could not be done. Broken 7 won't be easy to kill. Fong Ping laughed. It's okay. If he can't kill me, he can't kill me either. If a sovereign attacks and can't kill me, it'll be a disgrace, a complete disgrace. If the real body doesn't appear, how can he kill me? If he doesn't kill me, how can he intimidate the 3 realms? He'll still attack. Therefore, the plan is not a problem. Fong Ping continued, everyone should understand this point. Your King Kuin's clone descended and couldn't kill a rank 9. If your real body can descend, will you not? Especially when the other party is the kind that can kill in seconds. Will you be lenient? King Kuan laughed and did not reply. What a joke. How could he be lenient? He had lost all his face. If he could kill, why not? This time, no one had any doubts. Clone, the humans go up? True body, beginner martial first, broken 8 in front, broken 7 after. I'll follow broken 7. Old Zhang will follow broken 6. Fong Ping looked around and said in a low voice, "It's not that martial kings are afraid of death. I'm afraid that some broken 6 will run away. For example, heavenly plants are not reliable at first glance. For example, celestial poles are likely to run away at first glance." The two heavenly kings who were named had stiff expressions. Especially celestial poles. Why am I someone who will run away at first glance? Fong Ping ignored him and said, "Moon Spirit, follow broken 7. The other saints form a big formation and wait outside. The chance is here. You saints might be able to take advantage of it." Fong Ping said coldly, "Don't feel wrong for broken 8. If you want to eat meat, then you have to take the risk. Broken 6 and broken 7 may be killed in seconds. Only if you guys block it. Then we have a chance to succeed. Otherwise, if we are defeated one by one, we will all die. Everyone has lived for so many years. It's not like we don't have this bit of boldness. If you want to become an emperor, if you don't have boldness, how can you become an emperor?" King Kuan said lightly, "Sure. If you let the heavenly kings integrate into this king's golden body, the chances will be greater." On the other side, Heavenly Wood's face had turned purple. Fong Ping humphed. "Cut the crap. If you're really dying in the end, you can try. Whether it's voluntary or not, what's the use? If it really comes to that, it's possible to take a gamble." King Kuan nodded slightly. At this moment, Heavenly King Jin said, "Lend me the heaven-confining bell." Fong Ping tossed the heaven-confining bell over. King Qian humphed coldly. "Return the Heavenly King's seal to me first." Fong Ping glanced at him and scolded in a low voice, "No way. You'll have it when we kill one later. Use it first." King Qian was speechless. What he said made sense. Old Zhang was currently holding the Sky Bell. Fong Ping was holding the God-slaying saber, and Moon Spirit was holding the North Emperor saber. After thinking for a while, he looked at Hong Yu and said coldly, "If you dare to attack, I'll lend you the Earthly Emperor's sword." At this point, the rational use of resources could make everyone stronger. Hong Yu looked around. After a while, he sighed softly. "If that's the case, I'll go crazy with everyone this time." Moon Spirit tossed the Earthly Emperor's sword over. The others all had their own weapons. At this moment, a long spear appeared in Li Zhu's hand. Looking at the material, it was probably a demigod weapon. On the other side, Sky Arm suddenly laughed and tossed a long spear to Heavenly King Jin. "Li Jun, the heaven-confining bell is mainly for defense. What are you pretending for? I'll give you the divine spear. Since you've defeated me with a punch, your combat strength is unparalleled. With the divine spear in hand, you're the main force." Heavenly King Jin cursed under his breath and took the divine spear left behind by the weapon master. Everyone was arming themselves, preparing for a big fight. This might also be the last battle of the Three Realms. If they lost this battle, the Three Realms would probably only have the Heavenly Kings left. Time passed bit by bit. Ji Yun and the rest's faces grew paler. They wanted to run, to fight with their lives. They did not want to die. However, there were too many powerhouses at this time. Even the God Creation Envoy had a small world appear above his head. The 9 Emperor Seals of the Sea Envoy, the Heavenly King Seal and Saint Order in Fong Ping's hands, and the Heavenly King Seal in King Kuan's hands began to stamp the pardon letter that Fong Ping and Zhang Tao wrote. If it were any other day, it would not be so simple. Not to mention others, the Kuan King would definitely not stamp his Kuan King seal. Not only that, the God Creation Envoy looked at the surrounded King, Can, and King Dui, and said coldly, "Seal the king." Once they stamped it, the 8 imperial seals would be complete. As for the missing saint tokens, there were still 5 of them missing. Fong Ping had 31 of them. Fong Ping did not know how the Heavenly King, subduing king, did it. It seemed like he needed to cover all of them. However, missing a few saint orders would not affect him much. The God Creation Envoy could fight with all his might. After finding 5 saint orders to cover him, he would be completely liberated. The expressions of the 2 heavenly kings changed again and again. However, being stared at by several people who had broken through 8. Even though the 2 of them were unwilling, they had no choice but to stamp their heavenly king seals. When the 2 of them finished covering it, in the small world above the God Creation Envoy, a messy old man stepped down from the sky and instantly fused with his clone. At this moment, everyone knew that they were ready to go all out. No one wanted to leave. Even an old turtle like the God Creation Envoy, who had been hiding in the human world for so many years and had always been using his clone, was now going all out. The temptation of killing an emperor was greater than anything else. At this moment, the void in the distance shattered, and the Nether God, who had returned to the beginner level, arrived with a group of people. No words were spoken. The 2 sides looked at each other from afar. Skyarm looked at them. After a while, he said softly, "Yuan Hua's death was not unjust. You guys open up the void and hide inside. Nether God, tell the few fellow Taoists who walk the path of spiritual consciousness to prepare to seal heaven and earth and start the beginning of martial arts." As soon as these words were said, the Nether God's expression changed slightly. The Emperor was almost certain to die. He might not even succeed. However, the Nether God was silent for a moment before nodding and saying in a deep voice, "All right, seal. We will seal the outside while you seal the inside. If we do both at the same time, our chances will be greater." Fong Yiran smiled faintly. "All right, I also want to try what it feels like to be an emperor." The Chu Wu lineage all hid in the dark. At this moment, a few powerhouses of mentality had made up their minds to die. Seal heaven and earth. Seal this source of heaven and earth. As long as they did not envelop others with so many people, it was not impossible to seal the origin of the emperor. As for whether it would weaken their strength after being sealed, it was unknown. This was because the amplification of the emperor's origin seemed to have disappeared. However, even if it disappeared and sealed the origin, it would definitely be of help. The plan began to be implemented. A group of top-notch powerhouses, the current dominators of the 3 realms, had reached an agreement. The efficiency was extremely fast. Fong Ping and the others were in the innermost layer. The periphery was filled with beginner mentality powerhouses. The outermost layer was filled with some saint-level powerhouses. Gather the power of the 3 realms and kill the emperor. The heavenly cemetery. Heaven and earth were quiet. There were no more Tao collapsing. Tianqun and the others breathed a sigh of relief. It was a good thing that no one from the lineage of origin had died. Tengu bared its teeth and said, "Fong Ping and the others are ruthless enough. 2 heavenly kings died as soon as the patrol came out. Interesting. That person from before must have been furious." However, these fellows had a sense of propriety and did not continue to touch those people. Otherwise, I'm afraid someone would really descend today. Tianqun shook his head and sighed. "It's a little ridiculous. This time, the emperor has been completely offended. You cat. What are you afraid of?" The heavenly hound scoffed. "Those old things are nothing good. I wanted to meet them for a long time." "It's not like you don't know the combat strength of the emperor." Tianqun smiled bitterly. "We can only see if there's a chance to seize a chance in the upcoming great change and become an emperor. This way there's still a chance. Big dog, it's not that you're afraid of anything. There's no way to be afraid." Tengu was also a little disappointed. Although Tianqun's words were depressing, it was the truth. It could not defeat the emperor. Years ago, Celestial Emperor Batian had smashed its head with a punch. It was still unforgettable. Otherwise, it would not have fled the 3 realms. That fellow had roared to kill it. As they chatted, Sherpa said regretfully, "It's not the Spirit Emperor. I don't know which old thing is still alive." The Spirit Emperor did not appear. "Do you think she'll be okay?" Tengu said disdainfully, "I only know the Spirit Emperor. What's so good about that woman? She's cold. I'm just a dog. I saw her bathing, and she actually broke my leg. Tengu was indignant. What was the difference between a dog and a cat? The spirit emperor even took a cat to bathe. It went to take a look, and her dog leg was actually broken. It hated that woman. Sherpa could not be bothered with it. That's why you're a dog, and I'm a human. The spirit emperor was so good. That figure, that voice, that temperament, that martial strength, Sherpa was almost lost. What a pity. Didn't the other emperors also have Tao partners? Why was the spirit emperor not happy? Was there a man more outstanding than him in the three realms? Could it be that the spirit emperor had taken a liking to Battle Destroyer and the others? Sherpa snorted and said in a low voice, "When the four emperors come out, I want to fight them." One man and one dog looked at him strangely. What did the four emperors do to you? The four emperors did not seem to be targeting the powerhouses of the three realms. Of course, the spirit emperor might have fought with the four emperors. Could it be because of this that Sherpa was here? Just as they were talking about it, above the bitter sea, Fong Ping looked at the inspectors whose cheese were surging. At this moment, these people had already felt the threat of death. One by one, their cheese surged and gathered together. Some were begging, some were angry, some were ready to fight to the death. For broke 7, for broke 6, 6 top-notch saints, Moon Spirit, Celestial Pole, the chiefs of the North Emperor and the West Emperor were all whining in a low voice, looking at the two people in the crowd. Moon Spirit was cold. Celestial Pole looked up at the sky. He did not want to say anything. He already thought that he was stupid. Now that he came, and this guy was still looking at him, what could he do? He did not break 8. He only broke 6. How could he have the right to speak? Emperor Nan, the Emperor, and the Emperor God also had heavenly kings. At this moment, there were also people looking at Dragon Transformation and the outermost water force. Ji Yun's expression was ugly. He forced himself to say, "Everyone, now that things have come to this, Ji Yun also knows that it is difficult to shake your determination. We are willing to summon the emperors back and even join forces with you." That's right. King Kun also said in a low voice, "King Kun, King Qian, back then we were the same as the 8 kings." These people knew that it was difficult to shake everyone's determination. At this moment, in order to survive, there was no hesitation. They sold the emperors. At this moment, Fong Ping said faintly, "The South, West, North, and God bloodlines can live. The others kill." Emperor Nin had Water Force, Emperor West had Celestial Pole, Emperor North had Moon Spirit, and the Emperor God had Dragon Transformation. In order to prevent accidents, to prevent these people from feeling uncomfortable, Fong Ping could not kill them. But he added, "Kill Ji Yun and the others quickly. Otherwise, don't blame us for being merciless." Rumble. Before Fong Ping finished speaking, both sides broke out in an instant. Ji Yun knew that there was no way out. The 4 heavenly kings could live, but the 4 heavenly kings must die. Without thinking, he knew what those 4 were thinking. Attack! Fong Ping growled. Break 8, attack, kill them quickly. The broken 8s of subduing heavenly kings were armed to the extreme at this moment. They were also unwilling to waste time, attacking one after another. There were more than 4 broken 8s. 4 broken 8s patrollers, 3 turned on them, and the last one was also one of the 36 saints, Heavenly Might Saint. He was now the Heavenly Might Heavenly King, and also one of the 36 saints here. Fong smiled a little playfully at this moment. Interesting, this is the first time joining forces with the strongest broken 8s. I suddenly feel that the Heavenly Kings are nothing more than this. Usually, in a one-on-one fight, killing broken 8s and broken 8s might not be successful. But today, Heavenly Might was smashed by King Kuin's seal, slashed by the North Emperor Bloodline's Chief Saber, completely unable to defend against him. He sealed a broken 8 Heavenly King's origin in an instant. Yes, an instant seal. This broken 8's Heavenly King's chi activity declined in the blink of an eye. After a moment, despair appeared on his face. Without the amplification of the origin, he only had Emperor-level strength. Heavenly Kings did not have the amplification of the origin. A broken 8's Heavenly King was at most comparable to emperor level. Facing the attack of King Kuin, a Broken Eight's powerhouse, how could there be any accidents? Rumble! The golden body was blown up in an instant. Everything else was also annihilated in an instant. Fong Ping saw a saint's token floating out and was about to snatch it when King Kuin stretched out his hand and waved it into his hand. He said lightly, "It belongs to whoever killed it." Fong Ping curled his lips. He was too lazy to say more. At this moment, he was still refining King Li's seal. He shouted, "Old Zhang, Godfather, kill King Can and King Dui. I want the Heavenly King's seal." Godfather, everyone was stunned. Who was he calling? The corner of Heavenly King Zhen's mouth twitched. He suddenly shouted at this time. He had a bad feeling. Fong Ping, this bastard. Was he going to trick him when he killed the emperor later? Rumble. The great Tao collapsed. No one cared. Too many Heavenly Kings had died today. Who would care if another Broken Eights died? There might be another Imperial Tao collapsing later. Who would care about this? Rumble. The firmament fluctuated again. At this moment, in the depths of the Source universe, someone seemed to be completely enraged. A sigh resounded through the Source universe. It sounded like the voice of Do. Doi did not expect these people to be crazy to this extent. Twice. When the other party wanted to attack, he stopped them. This was the third time those people from the three realms actually dared to kill the patrol. This was the third consecutive provocation of the Emperor. He could not stop them anymore. Over here, Heavenly Might's great Tao had just collapsed. In the blink of an eye, an even louder roar sounded. In the Source universe, an even bigger star exploded. King Can, he wanted to shout out these people's plan at the last moment, but a few Broken Eights who were prepared for it directly obliterated everything. As for Fong Ping, he was still smiling faintly at this moment. They were killed by the Emperor and us. Why do you need to send voice transmissions now? Why don't we fight it out? Whoever dies, it's considered revenge. Why bother? If it were me, I definitely wouldn't say a word. Whoever dies is an enemy, isn't it? As soon as these words came out, they were really words that pierced the heart. Rumble. Another star exploded. This time, it was King Dui. This person really did not say a word, even if he might not have the chance to say a word. But he was not prepared to say it. Fong Ping's words struck a chord in the hearts of these people. Hate, unwillingness. However, no matter how much hate and unwillingness they felt, they still died. Since they were dead, then let them fight it out. They would not be lonely on the road to hell. Whoever died was their enemy. It was considered revenge. How delightful. With just this sentence, even if the Heavenly Kings fought to the last moment, they did not say anything else. It was quiet. Only the huge movement of the Source shattering. Many people looked at Fong Ping and could not help but sigh. This guy really could not let him speak. All of you deserve to die. At this moment, in the Source universe, an angry roar resounded throughout the three realms. Dead! In a short period of time, 5 Heavenly Kings of the Patrol had died in battle. This was not 1 or 2, but 5 Heavenly Kings. At this moment, only Ji Yun, who had broken 7, was still holding on. However, facing the siege of dozens of Heavenly Kings, he would die without a doubt. There was no chance of survival. Ji Yun laughed bitterly and murmured, "This heaven and earth, this 3 realms, this emperor, this person, they are all so *king funny." Huh? Indescribable mockery and ridicule. Who was scheming against who? Who was the chess piece? Who was the chess player? The Emperor probably did not expect this. Suddenly, he wanted to laugh. Human King Fong Ping, maybe. I was wrong. A murmur was heard along with the explosion of a star. His voice resounded in all directions. At the last moment, Ji Yun said Fong Ping's name. No one knew if it was for revenge or because he was truly lamenting. He had broken 7 and fallen again. The 3 realms were shaking violently. This battle had already surpassed everyone's expectations. 2 people had broken past 8, 4 had broken past 7, and 4 had broken past 6. In this battle, 10 Heavenly King powerhouses had died. This was not the first time heaven and earth were shaking. Right now, the 3 realms were shaking violently. Too many had died. The battle to destroy the celestial realm was probably the most violent one. Fong Ping. At this moment, a shout was heard in everyone's source universe. The next moment, the sky was torn apart. This time, the Emperor really came. No one stopped him. Emperor of Heaven Reverse did not stop him either. This was too much. 6 heavenly kings of the patrol were killed. 3 of them had broken 7. Such a loss was unbelievable. Heaven and earth were torn apart. A golden figure seemed to have pierced through the universe. He walked out from an unknown space. Imperial energy burst out, and heaven and earth surrendered. The blood rain moved away automatically. In the 3 realms, for the first time in 8,000 years, an emperor showed up. The avatar of the earthly king 6,000 years ago was not the real emperor. Today he was. Chapter 1255. It was dawn. The dark clouds dispersed, the blood rain dispersed, and the thunder was extinguished. An unknown space appeared in the sky. It was unknown whether it was the source universe or not. A golden figure descended upon the 3 realms, and all living beings prostrated themselves before it. An imperial aura spread out, and a golden path appeared, extending down from the sky. Acting all high and mighty, someone muttered. That's right. When the emperor descended, someone spoke up. Fong Ping. In this 3 realms, only Fong Ping and a few others had the guts to do so. It was obvious that they were enemies, but he wasn't afraid. Even if he was truly afraid, at this point, he had to pretend that he wasn't. It was too powerful. This battle array alone could scare some people away. Fong Ping had to interrupt the other party's accumulation. That was right. The monarch was actually accumulating strength too. All the extravagance and phenomena were usually for the sake of accumulating power and defeating the opponent psychologically. The sovereigns were undisturbed. At this moment, countless people in the 3 realms were prostrating themselves in the catacombs. They didn't know who had descended, but they just wanted to kneel. In the human world, there were also countless ordinary people who couldn't hold on. This wasn't because they didn't have enough courage, but because they couldn't suppress the urge to kneel. In the human world, there were also people kneeling. Among the million soldiers who had retreated to the entrance of the passageway, there were some who couldn't hold on any longer and wanted to kneel. A group of experts shouted in a low voice, forcefully pulling those people up. No kneeling. If they participated in the war, then they were soldiers, military martial artists, the guardian of the human world. What was the point of fighting for 100 years? It was all for the sake of not kneeling. He would rather die standing than live kneeling. Ordinary people could kneel, but they couldn't. Martial artists who didn't participate in the battle could kneel, but they might not know what was happening, and they couldn't understand what was happening. But these military martial artists knew that the enemy had come. That angry roar, that Fong Ping, was filled with murderous intent. Stand up. Don't kneel. Stand up. One by one, the experts roared, their faces flushed red. No kneeling. So what if he was the emperor? The human race had never received any benefits, only suffering, only disasters. This was not their emperor. Even if he was unrivaled, he was still an enemy. The powerhouses screamed with all their might, their blood and chi surging to resist the urge to kneel. The million-strong army supported each other and finally stood firm. Stand up straight. I would rather die standing. The culprit behind the upheaval of the 3 realms for 8,000 years had appeared today. The golden figure slowly walked out of the nameless universe. As soon as he stepped onto the golden path, his might shook the 3 realms. Looking from afar, one couldn't see much, only a dazzling golden light. It was so piercing that some experts' eyes turned red, and they couldn't help but shed tears. He couldn't look at it directly. Emperors were invincible. Since the creation of martial arts, only the 9 emperors had been born in 30 to 40,000 years. Emperors were not the ultimate path. No one knew if the person who created the origin was a martial emperor. There were only 9 recorded sovereigns in the 3 realms. At this moment, the monarch who had just arrived was no longer as angry as before. His voice was gentle, androgynous. Like a robot, he said, "Fong Ping, do you know your crime?" Fong Ping stood proudly in the void, the Saint Order and the Heavenly King's seal circling around him. Holding the god-slaying saber in his hand, he chuckled softly. "Repent? What crime was that? Who are you? What right do you have to convict me? You slaughtered all living beings in the three realms, killed the three realms patrollers, colluded with fledgling martial artists. These are all crimes." The golden figure spoke slowly. Fong Ping sneered. "What a great sin. If someone wants to kill me, I will kill them." All living beings in the three realms were fighting for their lives. "If you want to talk about sins," Fong Ping roared, yelling sternly, "all sins are because of you. The 9 emperors and the 4 emperors are all sinners. Unforgivable, plotting against the common people, causing turmoil in the three realms. For 8,000 years there have been countless deaths and injuries. You are the sinners. If the heavens don't convict, I will." Fong Ping's stern voice resounded in all directions. "You emperors, what is an emperor? Unparalleled combat strength makes you an emperor? Ridiculous. Emperor, the emperor of humans, the emperor of all beings. Only those who create blessings can become emperors. What right do you have to be called emperors? Today, I, Fong Ping, will uphold justice for the human race and deprive you of the title of emperor. Screw your grandpa's emperor. The human race does not recognize the emperor." Rumble. Heaven and earth shook. In all directions, the human powerhouses roared one after another. The human race does not recognize the emperor. The heavens fell and the earth cracked. The three realms shook and thunder rose again. Some powerhouses were shocked too. Fong Ping was really lawless. There was nothing he did not dare to do. He actually deprived the title of emperor on behalf of the human race. It was unimaginable. At this moment, even the emperor who had just arrived was slightly stunned. The three realms. Someone wanted to deprive the title of emperor. For 30,000 years, it had never happened before. Today, the prestige of the emperor had been disregarded, challenged, and questioned. Fong Ping, the emperor who had just arrived, did not sound angry. He said calmly again, "The title of emperor is not something you can deprive. No respect, no law, no mother, no rules. The three realms cannot tolerate a devil like you." "Devil?" Fong Ping laughed loudly. His laughter shook the heavens. He roared, "Then I am a devil. In the three realms, the rules are not up to you. You call me a devil, then I will be a devil or a god. Justice is in the hearts of the people. Who do you think you are? Do you think you are an emperor just because you call yourself an emperor?" The golden figure ignored him. He said lightly, suppressing C, palm seal, "Capture Fong Ping and punish him. Listen to me." The emperor of the celestial court was in charge of the celestial court's officials. 2 of the 3 envoys were still alive. They were still here. Fong Ping sneered. "Come and punish me yourself. Let me see some of the emperor's strength. Who knows if you were trapped and killed? You made a fake avatar to scare people. 6,000 years ago, the earthly emperor did show up. It turned out to be a fake. Whoever listens to your orders is a brainless piece of trash who doesn't even dare to reveal his identity." Shocking. Fong Ping called the emperor a piece of trash right in front of the emperor. At this moment, a chuckle spread. The golden figure walked down the golden path. With every step he took, the three realms trembled. The golden light gradually faded, revealing his true appearance slowly. The emperor could not be looked at directly. It was not that he could not, but he was unwilling. Since Fong Ping said that he did not dare to show up, if he really did not show up, people would look down on him. Until now, Fong Ping finally saw the person on the path clearly. He looked to be in his 30s. His eyes were deep. He wore an emperor's crown, a golden robe, and golden boots on his feet. He had a dignified appearance. He did not have any signs of a villain. At first glance, he felt powerful without being angry. The emperor, at this moment, many people finally recognized this emperor. It was really the emperor. The emperor looked around and saw a lot of people. Soon he suddenly laughed. Beginners, he saw a lot of things. He saw a large number of heavenly kings. He saw the beginners' powerhouses on the periphery. At this moment, the emperor put his hands behind his back. With a faint smile on his face, he looked at Fong Ping again. Fong Ping, beginners. Did you call them over? So many patrols had died. Presumably, there were beginners' powerhouses who had taken action. Otherwise, Fong Ping alone would not have the ability to kill so many Heavenly King powerhouses. If that was the case, there was an explanation for the Heavenly Kings who died one after another previously. Then Hong Kuan and the others, what role did they play in this? Did they stand by and watch? Or did they also intervene and kill some people? The emperor seemed to have seen through some things in an instant. However, at this moment, he still could not imagine these people's ambitions and their boldness. Fong Ping looked straight at him and said with a smile, "Yes, I found them. Beginner's origin, what does it have to do with the human race? What does your fight for the Tao have to do with me? The human race did not receive your favor, did not receive the favor of the origin. Why do you care what Tao I cultivate? Did you create the origin?" Fong Ping was also very calm at this moment. He said with a smile, "If the origin was created by you, and you said that we can't take the origin, then we won't. The point is it's not. If that's the case, even if I cultivate the origin, it has nothing to do with you, right? You people came up with some immortal origin plan, came up with a breeding plan, secretly raising white mice. You people raise us like mice, and we have to do what you want? What a joke." Fong Ping laughed, his tone cold. "Do you know how many people have died in the 3 realms in these 8,000 years? Or could it be that it's just like how we don't even bother to count the number of ants we kill when we step on them? If that's the case, we're not a race anymore. You have even less right to order me around, order the human race around." The emperor said calmly, "Everything is for a better future. For the 3 realms, for the common people, you're too ignorant." "I'm ignorant?" Fong Ping laughed and said, "You people always think that you're right. The problem is, have you asked for our opinion? Why do you think we have to suffer for the sake of the future? It's easy to talk. Why don't I kill your whole family and tell you that it's for the sake of the future? Would you agree?" Fong Ping said mockingly, "I've only killed a few of your dogs, and you're already furious. What right do you have to say this to me?" The emperor laughed, but he was unwilling to continue. "You're possessed." Before the emperor could finish his sentence, Fong Ping said scornfully again, "It's all like this. When there's no reason, you say that you're possessed, defining the opponent as a lunatic, a devil, a psychopath. You stand on the moral high ground. I've stopped playing this trick of yours a long time ago. I thought that the emperor could still talk some sense, but it turns out that this is all you're capable of, making me look down on you for no reason." Fong Ping laughed coldly. The emperor laughed too, saying slowly, "What you said is not wrong. Then I won't talk reason. I'll use force to suppress people, the law of the jungle. How about that?" Fong Ping laughed and said, "That's more like it. At least I didn't embarrass you as a powerhouse." See suppressing, palm seal. The emperor looked at the few heavenly court officials again, his tone calm. "Destroy the devil." The sea-suppressing envoy frowned slightly, looking at the emperor. After a while he said, "Are you really the emperor?" The emperor smiled faintly and said, "Whether I am or not, there's no need to doubt." The sea-suppressing envoy calculated for a while, nodded and said, "It's your majesty. Your majesty's true body has arrived. So the chaos of the 3 realms is about to be quelled?" The emperor's eyes were deep, but there was a hint of strangeness in them. The true body had arrived, but the sea-suppressing envoy was actually asking him instead of following orders. The emperor did not say anything. He said lightly, "The chaos of the 3 realms is not the chaos of the world. There will only be great rule and great chaos. In the past 8,000 years, the fellow cultivators who died, the common people who died, are all for the great rule in the future." The emperor looked at the sea-suppressing envoy again, no longer saying anything, his eyes becoming deeper. Was he questioning? At this moment, Heavenly Arm, the god of the underworld, and another Chu Wu break 8 suddenly walked out from the darkness. Including Heavenly Arm, There were only 3 break 8 cultivators left. Heavenly King Suppressing Envoy, Feng, God Creation Envoy, King Kuan, Hongyu, and the Sea Suppressing Envoy. The 6 origins also appeared nearby. 9 experts who had broken through 8. The Emperor's eyes became deeper. At this moment, King Kuan said softly, "Uncle, my father once said that he would probably not return. Now, is my father dead or alive?" The Emperor smiled faintly and said, "To us, as long as the Tao is not destroyed, there is no such thing as death. As long as the Tao was not destroyed, they would not die." He did not answer directly. King Kuan seemed to know, his face revealing a hint of sorrow. He said softly, "Is my father forever dead?" Whether he was dead or alive, it might not be too clear to the Emperor. But was there any difference between eternal nirvana and death? Who killed my father? The Emperor did not reply. King Kuan did not ask anymore. At this moment, Feng also spoke. She bowed slightly and smiled. "Your Majesty, when the heaven-human realm wall shatters, will the Tao appear? Will we be able to prove our Tao and become emperors?" "Everything is determined by the heavens." "Determined by the heavens?" Feng sighed. "But the heavens, don't you have the final say?" At this moment, this group of powerhouses had different expressions. Determined by the heavens? How was the heavens determined? Who was it determined? The Emperor's answer would obviously not satisfy anyone. The Emperor did not continue to talk about this. He said again, "Since no one is following the order, then let me personally kill the demon." No matter what he thought in his heart at this moment, he had spoken twice, and the Sea Guardian and the others did not listen to him. He did not want to say it a third time. As for the Sea Guardian and the others, it was not incomprehensible that they did not obey his orders for 8,000 years. However, the Emperor did not care. Today, he could not completely return to the 3 realms. When the Emperor completely returned, presumably today's scene would not happen again. At this moment, Fang Ping suddenly felt an incomparably huge threat. In his source world, there seemed to be a huge hand that covered the sky, descending from the outside world, wanting to destroy Fang Ping's source world with one palm. Fang Ping's expression changed slightly. The Emperor had not moved. He did not break into the source, but the Emperor had actually attacked directly from the source universe. Cough, cough, cough. A light cough resounded in all directions. The Heavenly King walked out. At this moment, the Heavenly King's figure seemed a little illusory. He smiled and said, "Brother, it's just the younger generation messing around. If there's anything wrong, I apologize on his behalf." The Heavenly King walked in front of Fang Ping. At this moment, the giant hand in the source world was a little turbulent and began to collapse. The Heavenly King said again, "The younger generation is ignorant and offended you. You are the Emperor and have an extraordinary bearing. When I return, I will discipline him strictly." The Heavenly King was very polite. He cupped his hands and said, "Brother, please be magnanimous." The Emperor looked at the Heavenly King and said calmly, "Brother Jin, it's not messing around. But the rules can't be abolished. Fang Ping killed the 3 Realms Patroller and broke the rules." "Brother, this," the Heavenly King looked embarrassed. He looked back at Fang Ping and sighed. Children just like to mess around. Now that he has broken the rules of the brother, he should be punished at this point. The Heavenly King cupped his hands again and said, "Brother, how about this? I will bring Fang Ping back to the human world and suppress him for 100 years. Rules can't be abolished." Human Emperor repeated his words again. The Heavenly King looked helpless and sighed. "It seems like brother must kill him." Sigh. The Heavenly King sighed. In the next moment, he straightened his back and looked at the Emperor, saying helplessly, "I was thinking, brother, give me some face. It's good for everyone and me, and we can continue to live our own lives. It's not bad, but now, brother." The Heavenly King paused. In the next moment, he shocked the world and scolded, "Dog, you're not giving me face? Go kill this dog." Before he finished speaking, a long spear shot out. The heaven-confining bell rumbled and directly covered the Emperor. Not only that, but at this moment, the other 8 Broken 8 also attacked. The leader of Chu Wu, the underworld god, laughed, and his voice spread through the three realms. Li Jun, you madman. Your personality is still the same. Madman? Yes, he, the Heavenly King, was also a madman in the past. The old antiques of the three realms knew this. However, at this moment, the Heavenly King directly scolded an emperor in front of the three realms. It still shocked the world. The emperor did not panic and said in a bleak tone, "I thought you guys wouldn't do this. I didn't expect." A sigh sounded faintly. At this moment, the source universe shook. The powerhouses present all felt their source world shaking. Some of the sages who were far away were on the verge of collapse. Some of the broken six heavenly kings who were closer also had their source overflowing, their faces full of pain. Seal. Suppress. Freeze. Several powerhouses who were broken 8 shouted one after another. The Heavenly King sealed the Emperor's source directly. The few broken 8 of the Chu Wu lineage rushed forward and forcefully suppressed it. Behind them, Fong Ping shouted sternly, "Get the guy! Kill the Emperor! Rumble!" At this moment, the sky bell rang in all directions. The source trembled, the world trembled, and Fong Ping's voice rang through the world. The Heavenly Tomb. At this moment, the powerhouses were completely stunned. The moment Fong Ping's voice spread, the Heavenly Hound swallowed frantically. The three realms had gone crazy. Fong Ping had also gone crazy. But this kind of madness, why was his blood boiling? "I'm coming." The Heavenly Hound's vitality was burning at this moment. With a strike, it broke through the void and rushed out instantly, roaring, "Kill this old thing. Kill the Emperor." It hated that it was not at the scene. It was such a pity. On the other side, Sherpa followed closely behind, roaring angrily. Anyone who is not a spirit emperor can be killed. As long as it was not a spirit emperor, he did not care who appeared. He would also participate in the matter of killing the emperor. Crazy. At this moment, outside the passage that the Heavenly Hound broke through, a few weapons flew up. Someone laughed loudly and said, "We can't break the seal yet. We can only lend you a hand. Underworld God, kill him." One by one, the weapons flew toward the battlefield from the passage. They could not break the seal, at least not now. But they were not completely powerless. At this moment, each of them controlled their weapons and quickly flew toward the battlefield to help. The last powerhouse, Tian Chun, was also trembling. Kill the Emperor. Crazy. But now that the Heavenly Hound and Sherpa had left, Tian Chin's expression changed slightly. He quickly rushed into the passage. The powerhouses of the three realms had actually joined forces to kill the Emperor. This was something that no one had expected. Beyond the ninth heaven, a few mentalities swept over quickly. The immortal source trembled. Even rioting, countless amounts of blood spurted out. The three realms is in chaos. Kill the Emperor. Unbelievable. The Emperor has ruined the plan. Damn it, the three realms will be destroyed, or the Emperor will be destroyed. A few mentalities trembled continuously, quickly suppressing the huge, immortal source that was rioting. All of them were indescribably frustrated. Yes, frustrated. No one had expected this to happen. The three realms had actually joined forces to kill the Emperor. If the Emperor won, all the powerhouses of the three realms would die. The three realms would be almost destroyed. If the Emperor lost, an Emperor would fall. That would be earth-shattering. Who would have expected that, on the eve of the final plan, such a huge change would occur? At this moment, the immortal source was rioting, blood was flowing. This was the world beyond the ninth heaven. At this moment, in the boundless darkness of the ninth heaven, a few places exploded with light. Someone shouted clearly, "This cannot continue. If this continues, the three realms will be destroyed, the immortal source will collapse. 10,000 years of planning will all be for naught." Someone was anxious. This big game of chess was really going to be overturned by someone. In these 10,000 years, they had paid too much to get to where they were today. Now, at the last moment, such a huge problem had occurred. The emperors were frustrated, angry, and hateful. Fong Ping, at this moment, The sound of the sky bell could even be heard beyond the ninth heaven. Kill the Emperor. An extremely crazy roar resounded throughout the three realms. There was a guy in the three realms who was leading the plan to kill the Emperor. Today, Fong Ping had become famous. Even the emperors knew of this person. Fong Ping. Demon. Rumble. The Emperor threw a punch, sending the sky spear flying. The underworld god who was close to him was hit until his bones were broken. He spat out blood and flew backward. However, at this moment, the underworld god's jade body erupted. He was not shocked. Instead, he was happy. He roared, "He can't kill me in one hit. Everyone, there is a chance." He did not need to say it. When the Emperor's punch only injured him, but did not kill him. At this moment, all the Break 8 powerhouses were excited. The Emperor did not kill the Break 8 powerhouse in one hit. This was an opportunity. Too strong. Terrifyingly strong. One hit could seriously injure a Break 8 powerhouse. The Emperor's combat strength was beyond imagination. However, he did not kill him in one hit. Just this point, everyone suddenly felt that it was acceptable. There was hope of success, not darkness. At this moment, the god creation envoy's entire body was like jade. The same was true for the heavenly arm. His arms were the strongest. The other parts of his body were also jade bones. Perhaps they were not as strong as his arms, but they were also jade bones. Other than them, the Sea Guardian's jade bones appeared. The Heavenly King's jade bones appeared. At this moment, many jade bone powerhouses unleashed their jade bones. The Heavenly King roared, "Jade bones in front! Surround him! Divine weapon suppression! 9 Emperor seal suppression!" Everyone roared one after another. One by one, divine weapons fell from the sky, forcefully suppressing down. A few jade bone powerhouses moved quickly. The Emperor's face was as dark as water. One hit after another. Any powerhouse who was hit by him, even their jade bones would shatter. Strong. A powerhouse with a Break 8 powerhouse was seriously injured by him in one hit. This was the Emperor. At this moment, Fong Ping, who was at the periphery, suddenly roared, "Cat, go to the sky and close that passage for me." The passage where the Emperor came from, Fong Ping felt that it seemed to be the Source Universe's passage. The Emperor came from the Source Universe, and until now, it seemed like he was still borrowing the power of the Source Universe. Meow! The cat screeched, broke through the air, and dashed quickly toward the illusory passage. "Cat, you betrayed the Source too?" At this moment, the Emperor sighed faintly. "Cat, this was the favored child of heaven and earth that the Source lineage regarded as the foundation, and it actually betrayed it too." "Betray your ancestors," Fong Ping scolded. "Can you represent the Source? Only the people of the three realms can. You are nothing. You can only represent yourself. I'll kill you today. Even if all of us die, it's worth it." As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping looked at the few jade bone powerhouses who were beaten until they were bleeding. Suddenly, he roared, "The Source lineage, the powerhouses with Break 6 and 7 physiques, those with low mentality, come to me." As soon as he said that, although he did not understand at this moment, the underworld god still roared, "Go to the Emperor." Beginners cultivated their physiques, so their mentality would not be too strong. However, their physiques were extremely strong, so they could break 6 and 7. At this moment, 5 or 6 powerhouses of the path of physique charged toward Fong Ping one after another. As for Fong Ping, with a roar, his body suddenly enlarged. In the next moment, the few powerhouses who rushed over, unknowingly, had the same aura as Fong Ping. "Merge into my body. I'll kill him," Fong Ping roared. The few beginners were stunned for a moment. Then, in the next moment, like battle armor, the powerhouses attached themselves to Fong Ping. In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping's vitality broke through the sky and the earth. Fong Ping's physique was exploding continuously. Too powerful. Really too powerful. At this moment, many powerhouses who had broken 6 and 7 could use their vitality. Although it was not superimposed, Their vitality had definitely exceeded 15 million calories and above. It was even approaching 20 million calories. As for Fong Ping, he laughed maniacally. Vitality can use. I am an origin martial artist. Yes, his emperor's path was shaking violently at this moment, as if it could not withstand such a powerful vitality. However, Fong Ping did not care about this. He was burning his Tao. Completely burning. He had an origin enhancement. Even if his Tao was collapsing, the enhancement was still there. Moreover, these beginners did not have an origin. Without an origin Tao, they would not have an origin conflict with Fong Ping. There was not a moment when Fong Ping felt that he was so powerful. As long as the enhancement was doubled, his vitality that was close to 20 million calories could explode with 40 million calories damage. Even if his physique would collapse after one blow, the others would too. But this blow might be able to break 9. Fong Ping threw caution to the wind. He roared, "Weaken this bastard, trap him, seal his origin, and create an opportunity for me. Everyone, Heavenly King, kill him through the air." At this moment, Emperor suddenly looked at Fong Ping, his eyes cold. "You're that person?" Fong Ping ignored him. Emperor seemed to know something. He shouted coldly, "Variable, you deserve to die. Mind your own business." Fong Ping could not be bothered with him now. He quickly consolidated his vitality and stabilized his foundation. His body kept expanding. The few J-bones who had broken 8 were extremely crazy now, fighting fiercely. There was a chance. Bang! Heavenly Arm was sent flying by Emperor in a rage. There was a gap in the encirclement. At this moment, the God Creation Envoy cursed and suddenly tore the sky apart. An illusory Tao appeared. At the end of the Tao, an incomparably huge star appeared. "Tao appear!" The God Creation Envoy roared. "Fong Ping, enter the Tao and shatter his origin star." Emperor's eyes were like knives. What a God Creation Envoy! He was a little shocked. The God Creation Envoy had forged a fake origin path that led directly to his origin star. It was unbelievable. The God Creation Envoy laughed maniacally. "Little guy, you're still a little inexperienced. Fong Ping, go and shatter his origin star. I want to see the Emperor fall." Fong Ping did not say a word. He broke through the air and headed straight for the Void Tao. God Creation Envoy, awesome. Previously, Heavenly King Jun had guessed that after so many years, he had made some progress. Who would have thought that he had actually forged a fake path that led directly to the Emperor's origin star? What was he going to do? Chapter 1256. The God Creation Envoy's Void False Path shook the surroundings. At this moment, even outside the ninth heaven, there were people who were shocked. God Creation Envoy. At this stage, it could not be considered a fake anymore. It could be said that the God Creation Envoy had walked this path to an unprecedented level. He could actually pave the way in the origin. At this moment, the human emperor was no longer indifferent. He shouted in a low voice, "A fake is a fake after all. You have no respect or inferiority. Do you really think you can fight against an emperor?" What was an emperor? It was to break the limit, to walk out of a different brilliance, to walk out of a different world. This was an emperor. It was not that easy to kill an emperor. Move the origin. With a loud shout, the origin universe turned upside down and countless stars trembled. The powerhouses of the origin lineage were all shaken and on the verge of collapse. Break! With a low shout, another figure appeared in the origin universe. It was the human emperor. The origin of the human emperor. In the origin universe, the human emperor appeared and punched. It was not aimed at Fong Ping, but someone else. He was bombarding his own great star. At this moment, a scream was heard. In the real universe, Fong was bleeding from his 7 orifices. His head was exploding, and his origin was overflowing. "Fong, you dare to seal me?" The human emperor shouted coldly. Fong was only a broken 8. Even Mie could not seal him back then, let alone seal him. At this moment, a group of beginner martial arts powerhouses on the periphery shouted, "Beginner martial world!" At this moment, Everyone saw a clear scene. A gray fog rose in the origin universe. In the next moment, it directly enveloped the incomparably huge star. This was the heaven and earth sealing technique that the beginner martial lineage had researched for many years. Seal your origin world. At this moment, the gray fog was about to envelop the great star. The underworld god shouted angrily, "Quick, seal again!" Fong was still heavily injured, but at this point, he did not care about this. With a roar, endless origin energy poured in. In the huge star, one could vaguely see Feng's figure. He continued to work hard, attacking from the inside and outside, sealing the human emperor. Wishful thinking. The human emperor was divided into two battles. One was in the origin, and the other was in the real world. All the experts were exploding with power. Those who had broken through to the 6th and 7th levels were attacking him from the outside, while those who had broken through to the 8th level were fighting a bloody battle with him in the innermost area. Fong Ping, on the other hand, stepped onto the false path at this moment, flying swiftly in that direction. On the other side, in the passage where the human emperor had appeared before, the old cat looked at the huge hole and fell into a daze. It was very confused. The liar asked it to close the door, but how could it close it? "Liar! This hole is so big, how do I close it?" The cat shouted. "Can't you close the door?" Fong Ping almost died of anger. He roared, just like the fake heavenly cemetery that day, "Seal this door." "All right." The gray cat understood. In the next moment, a mirror in old Zhang's arms was sucked away by it. The divine peeking mirror. The old cat took away the divine peeking mirror. Its shell had exploded last time, but its core was still there. At this moment, the old cat roared, "Bigger, bigger, bigger." The mirror rapidly grew larger. Soon it blotted out the sky. "Stop you." The old cat muttered and stuffed the divine, peeking mirror into the gap. The mirror continued to grow, but soon it began to shake violently. The old cat was shaken by the vibration, and its fat shook. The old cat had no choice but to roar, Mount high suppression. There was a loud bang. The old cat became incomparably huge, sitting on the mirror all of a sudden. The divine, peeking mirror shook until its whole body was shaking, speaking intermittently, "Liar, liar." So, trembling, this passageway, where the human emperor descended into the three realms, was the passageway where the human emperor was connected to the source universe. Fong Ping did not know if sealing this passageway would work. However, the old cat was not suitable to participate in the battle. Whether it was useful or not, there was no harm in letting the old cat try. At this moment, the Heavenly King's eyes lit up, shouting, "Quick! Continue to seal." This passageway is the direction where his origin Tao is located, the place where the origin Qi is transmitted, and also the passageway where he rushed here. Yes, the human emperor could walk in the source universe. It did not mean that he could roam the source, but that he could turn the void into reality, fixing his own Tao into a passageway. He could directly use his Tao to travel between the two realms. If the Tao was blocked, the human emperor might lose his blessing, and he might not be able to leave the three realms and enter the source again. As soon as the Heavenly King finished shouting, the human emperor snorted coldly and shouted, "Sword come! Rumble!" At this moment, under a mountain on earth, a golden long sword pierced through the three realms. With a hum, it pierced through the world barrier and appeared in the land realm in an instant. The human emperor's sword. The human emperor's sword had always been on earth. When he saw the sword flying over, the Heavenly King suddenly shouted, "It's really you, bastard. No wonder the human world hasn't been able to produce any spirit veins for 8,000 years. It turns out that your human emperor's sword has absorbed the spiritual energy. For 8,000 years, the human world had almost never produced any spirit veins. Previously, he thought it was the influence of the immortal source. It was not until today that the Heavenly King found out that it was not just this reason. Previously, he had wondered if there was something else preventing the human world from producing spirit veins. Now it was confirmed that the human emperor's sword, a complete divine artifact, had been absorbing energy. Humph! The human emperor snorted coldly. The human emperor's sword broke through the air from afar. It was incomparably powerful, more powerful than any divine artifact. Retreat! At this moment, the heavenly king roared. Looking at Luan, who was flying over, he roared angrily, "Lunatic, don't snatch it. Luan had gone mad. This guy actually had his eyes on the human emperor's sword. What's there to be afraid of?" Luan roared. The human emperor's sword was too powerful. Even before it flew over, he could already feel a huge energy wave. He had always wanted a divine artifact. This was just right. If it was snatched away, the human emperor would lose his weapon and his strength would not increase. The heavenly king cursed again. "Idiot, you're courting death." The human emperor's sword that had been nurtured in the human world for 8,000 years. The immortal source had been leaking energy. The catacombs were filled with energy. What about Earth? Earth had no energy. Where did the energy go? It was intercepted by the human emperor's sword. How powerful was it? As expected, just as Luan charged out, the human emperor's sword whizzed over. Luan casually threw the bone club away, wanting to stop it. In the end, the bone club shattered the moment it got close to the human emperor's sword. This was King Qin's bone. What was in front of him was just a weapon. Luan's expression changed. He too had broken 7. What did this mean? It meant that if he attacked, he might be crushed like this bone. Luan screamed and turned to run. No more snatching. Unfortunately, it was too late. Buzz! Under the human emperor's control, the human emperor's sword instantly erupted, breaking through the void and appearing behind Luan in the blink of an eye. Luan was also a stubborn person. At this moment, he felt danger. With a roar, he turned around and unleashed his strongest strength. He roared, "I don't believe that I'm not as good as a sword." Rumble! A loud sound was heard. Luan's hands were instantly crushed. Puff! The long sword pierced through Luan's head and continued shooting towards the human emperor. In the void, Luan's body erupted with countless destructive auras. His chi activity was declining continuously. At this moment, the confident and invincible powerhouse showed a hint of defeat on his face. "So, I'm not even as good as a sword. Boss! Boss!" Outside, the powerhouses of the chaotic era roared and charged towards Luan. Luan lowered his head but smiled. "Don't come." Before he finished his sentence, a powerhouse arrived. Countless gray, destructive power erupted around Luan. With a rumble, the venerable emperor who was charging towards Luan exploded into pieces. "Don't come." Luan's face was pale, but he was still smiling. "Don't come and die. Brothers, I'm afraid I can't hold on anymore." His golden body was being destroyed. His mind energy was being destroyed. The mighty 7 break couldn't block a sword in the end. On the other side, Heavenly King Zhun Wang roared in anger. The human emperor's sword had just been born and was at its strongest. Luan blocked the strongest sword. However, this sword was also destroying Luan's chi activity. Luan might not be able to survive. I'm the king of chaotic era. I was born in chaotic era and I'll die in chaotic era. To kill an emperor, this life is enough. At this moment, Luan laughed out loud. "I was born in this chaotic world. I was born in this chaotic world. Today, I will kill an emperor in this chaotic world. It's worth it, boss." The powerhouses of the chaotic era roared. Heavenly King Luan. Was this the end? They couldn't accept it. Rumble! Luan's golden body was exploding inch by inch from top to bottom. The others couldn't help him at all. The weak couldn't even get close. They would be killed instantly. At this moment, a jade-like hand reached in and grabbed Luan's head. The gray destructive power in the surroundings instantly attacked the jade-like hand. Rumble! The hand instantly turned pitch black. The jade-like hand exploded with a boom. Luan's head was thrown out. At this moment, many people saw this scene. The human emperor also looked over and snorted. Moon Spirit's expression was calm. She had lost an arm, but she said indifferently, "Luan, you owe me a life." At this moment, Moon Spirit's skin was like jade. She had lost an arm, but she was still indifferent. Half of the destructive power on Juan's head had disappeared. Soon, Juan regained his golden body. His face was pale, but he laughed crazily. "Haha, I'm fine. Old woman, I owe you a life. Continue to kill him." Juan laughed proudly. "I'm not dead. If I'm not dead, I'll continue." The next moment, Juan continued to howl and chase after the human emperor's sword again. The human emperor's sword was fighting with the Thousand Worlds Cauldron. The weapon master and Li Zhu were besieging the human emperor's sword. The two of them might as well use Juan's golden body to fight. One wielded a demigod spear, while the other wielded the Thousand Worlds Cauldron. They were fighting the human emperor's sword. Juan seemed to think of something. A sword appeared in his hand. Ji Yun's demigod longsword. He didn't plan to use a weapon before. He was used to King Qian's big bone. After suffering a great loss this time, he didn't dare to be careless. He roared and rushed forward with his long sword. Moon Spirit also wielded the North Emperor's saber and attacked the human emperor's sword. To think that 4 top-notch powerhouses were besieging a single long sword at this moment. This was truly shocking. For experts, even Moon Spirit had the strength of a breaking 7 with her half-jade-like bone. Moon Spirit was the weakest among the 4. The other 3 were not beginners on the breaking 7 path. Yet, they could only besiege the human emperor's sword. It was clear how powerful the sword was. This was also related to the human emperor's control. The 4 of them could fight 8 breaking 7 paths if they worked together. Yet, they could only be besieged by a single sword. Too strong. The more they fought, the more they understood the strength of the emperor. 9 breaking 8 experts, Chaos, Li Zhu, Palm Seal, King Qian, the chief of the divine emperor's bloodline, Moon Spirit in addition. There were so many breaking 6 experts. At this moment, danger was everywhere. Even the corners of the human emperor's clothes were not torn. This was the emperor, one emperor suppressing 3 realms. At this moment, the gray fog completely enveloped the huge star in the source world. The human emperor let out a muffled groan. King Zhen Wang seized the opportunity and pierced his chest with his heavenly spear. Rumble! This spear didn't have any energy fluctuations, but it broke through the void and instantly appeared in front of the human emperor's chest. The human emperor growled and swept out with his fist. At this moment, the god creation envoy roared and punched out as well. Rumble! The world was turned upside down. The god creation envoy was sent flying hundreds of thousands of meters. In the blink of an eye, his golden body completely exploded. At this moment, his bones were exposed. Seeing this, the human emperor let out a muffled groan. He was a little angry. Trash! The god creation envoy cursed and patted the bones. "You almost shattered my divine artifact bones." Someone was speechless. Other people had jade bones, but he couldn't be considered jade bones. This madman had changed his bones, and they were all made of divine artifacts. Although the human emperor's punch had destroyed his flesh and blood, it was unable to destroy his divine artifact bones. This was a mad scientist. Pucci! Right at this moment, the King Zhen Wang thrust out his spear. The human emperor's punch was blocked, and it was too late to block it. Pucci! The heavenly spear pierced into his flesh. A drop of red blood dripped down. Bang! Blood fell. As it fell, the earth overturned and the sea of bitterness boiled. Much of the new continent below had been destroyed. A drop of emperor's blood, incomparably powerful. The human emperor's face was gloomy. He had actually been injured. This was also the first time since ancient times that an emperor had been injured by an expert below the emperor's stage. Of course, he was talking about his heyday. The current him was at his peak. Even so, he was still injured by someone. This time, the injury wasn't too heavy, but it made everyone excited. The King Zhen Wang shouted, "A king can also be injured and killed. Everyone kill him." The human emperor's injury had completely inspired everyone's confidence. He would also be injured, and he would also die. Seal continued to seal him. Outside, although Feng's face was pale, he was also excited. With a roar, his origin chi became stronger. "Do you think you can kill me like this?" The human emperor was enraged as well. He had been injured by someone and had lost all his face. Seal my path. The human emperor snorted coldly. Right at this moment, there was movement in the source universe again. Gate! A clear shout resounded through the myriad realms. In the next moment, Fong Ping, who was approaching, saw a shocking scene. At this moment, everyone's Sanjiao gate trembled. In the void, a blood-red gate, incomparably huge, covered the sky and earth, flew toward the human emperor's source planet. Vitality Gate! The real gate! Everyone exclaimed. The Real Gate, the Sanjiao Gate's gate. Seeing this, the King Zhen Wang shouted, Fong Ping, repel the gate. Don't let this gate get close. Although Fong Ping was stunned, he hurriedly changed direction and quickly rushed toward the gate. The human emperor snorted coldly. He controlled the Vitality Gate. Once this gate arrived, his strength became even stronger. At this moment, he was also forced into a corner. Otherwise, he would not use this gate so easily. Beyond the ninth heaven, someone snorted coldly. The human emperor. Humph! How can the Vitality Gate be moved so easily, this guy? Deep in the source universe. At this moment, there were still two gates faintly. Someone sat under the gate. He seemed to have been sleeping. At this moment, he was awakened and said in a low voice, the three gates can't be moved easily. The thing that suppresses the source. The human emperor. Sigh. Under the other gate, someone also woke up and said in a low voice, the three realms wants to kill the emperor. It's unexpected. Even the human emperor can't match it. The emperor was really incomparably powerful. However, this time, the power of the three realms was also shocking. At this moment, the human emperor summoned the human emperor's sword and was stopped. He was surrounded by many Break 8 powerhouses, so he could only summon the Vitality Gate. If this gate is damaged, it's not good. It's okay. The three gates are extremely sturdy and won't be damaged easily. Even the Break 8 can't be damaged, just as they were talking. Fong Ping already felt an immense pressure. The aura of this gate was too terrifying. As for Fong Ping, he looked at the source planet on the other side, then at the gate, gritting his teeth. It seemed like he only had the power to attack once. Should he repel the gate? Or hit the planet? Let's do it. Fong Ping roared. Everyone, go all out, listen to my command. The powerhouses who were bent over him allowed him to mobilize their vitality. At this moment, Fong Ping held the god-slaying saber in his hand. Behind him, a great Tao appeared directly. This was the world of the source. This time, he borrowed the god creation envoy's great Tao and directly entered the source. At this moment, the great Tao appeared behind him. It burned violently. This emperor's path had finally come to an end. As for Fong Ping, on the god-slaying saber, his vitality was terrifying. A great destructive force was also condensing. The gate was a dead object. Even if Fong Ping was constantly condensing his vitality and gathering power, this gate still rushed straight towards him. At this moment, Fong Ping took a deep breath and said softly, God Creation Envoy, remember to pull me back. After saying this, the god-slaying saber in Fong Ping's hand made a cracking sound this time. At this moment, Fong Ping's vitality even penetrated the source universe. The golden body exploded. Not only him, but the others too. There were as many as 7 broken 6s and broken 7s attached to his body. Including Fong Ping himself, there were 8. The weakest was a broken 6. Fong Ping gathered everyone's strength, burned his great Tao, and shattered the god-slaying saber, all for the power of one attack. Buzz! The vitality pillar rose. The 3 realms were trembling, and countless stars of the source were trembling. The incomparably huge Fong Ping himself was also burning. Fong Ping was extremely calm. Looking at the gate that was getting closer and closer, he suddenly laughed and said, if I shatter him, we won't have the Vitality Gate anymore. This chuckle resounded throughout the source universe. Emperor, take back this gate. Someone shouted in a low voice, resounding throughout the 3 realms. Emperor, take it back quickly. Not only was it outside the 9th heaven, but in the depths of the source, someone was also shouting. The The vitality pillar was getting stronger and stronger. At this moment, it was incomparably terrifying. It directly pierced through the source, piercing through the void outside. The first heaven was broken, the second heaven was broken. In the blink of an eye, the eighth heaven was shattered. The pillar of chi and blood continued to rise, shattering the void and heading toward the ninth heaven. Someone could not sit still anymore. Stop! Stop fighting! Voices reverberated in the three realms, in the source world. Someone wanted to make a move. At this moment, in the depths of the source universe, an incomparably huge palm attacked. But at this moment, a fist pressed down, suppressing the palm. Fight! Someone shouted angrily. No! Do you want the three realms source to be completely destroyed? As soon as these words came out, the person who attacked was stunned, then shouted, "Don't let him destroy this gate. Fong Ping, don't destroy it. Do I care about you?" Fong Ping laughed loudly. At this moment, he raised his saber, roaring, "What you say doesn't matter. In this three realms, I, Fong Ping, have the final say. Rumble!" At this moment, a vitality blade that pierced through heaven and earth lit up in the source universe, illuminating the entire world, illuminating countless stars. Bastard! The human emperor cursed angrily, so angry that he wanted to stomp his feet. Once again, this was unexpected. At this moment, this saber light reflected in the three realms. Vaguely, everyone heard a faint crisp sound, and the heavenly king and the others looked up at the sky. At this moment, a slight crack appeared in the ninth heaven's barrier. Crack! A small cracking sound rang out on the ninth heaven's barrier. In the next moment, a loud crack rang out, and the ninth heaven was broken. The heavenly king and the others were a little stunned. What was this? Fong Ping actually slashed out such a saber? Of course, the price paid was also beyond imagination. The Tao was destroyed, the divine artifact shattered. Fong Ping and the seven powerhouses might not be able to return, but at this moment, everyone was still shocked and horrified. The underworld god and the other beginner powerhouses were all extremely agitated, roaring angrily. "Everyone kill! This gate is important. Break this gate. It'll be hard for this bastard not to die." At this moment, the human emperor could not care less about them, letting the few break 8 powerhouses bombard his golden body. With a bang, many powerhouses joined forces to attack, causing him to stagger. The crown shattered, the golden dragon robe torn, blood dripping down. But the human emperor did not care about this. Leaping into the air, flying towards the cat, roaring angrily. "Get out of the way, cat. Do you want to die?" At this time, the cat was sitting on the mirror. Hearing this, suddenly stood up, even angrier than him. "You're not allowed to leave. You fight every day. Even the cat's home is gone. I'll kill you." Roar! "I'm not a cat. I'm a tiger." The big cat roared. At this moment, everyone in the three realms really saw a ferocious tiger, incomparably huge, covering the heavens and the earth, incomparably powerful, incomparably ferocious. The human emperor was stunned for a moment. The people behind him controlled their weapons to attack, killing until blood splattered from the human emperor's back. The human emperor reacted instantly, although a little shocked, but he continued to move forward. At this moment, the huge, ferocious tiger instantly turned into a cat. The cat turned around and ran, cursing. "The old human emperor is so stupid. I'm a cat. How can I be a tiger? Big fool. You deserve to be beaten to death. I'm leaving. I'm just scaring you. Who's a tiger? This fool is too stupid." The cat despised him in his heart. "I turned into a tiger, and you're in a daze. Aren't you stupid?" The human emperor was stunned, almost vomiting blood in anger. Even though the heavenly king and the others knew that it was extremely dangerous at this moment, they could not help but want to laugh wildly. To be honest, everyone was surprised for a while just now. The cat suddenly turned into a ferocious tiger. Its aura was powerful. They really thought that the cat's original body was a tiger. What kind of power was it going to display now? Who knew that this cat was actually scaring people? The heavenly king laughed. he was led astray by Fong Ping. This trick was somewhat similar to Fong Ping. Even the human emperor was frightened for a moment. At this moment, in the source universe, Fong Ping had already waited for the door, laughed loudly, and slashed out with his saber. Boom! The three realms trembled violently. The sky fell and the earth cracked. Countless mountains collapsed, rivers boiled, and the sea of bitterness roared. Countless people's Tao shook between heaven and earth. At this moment, a blood-red aura surged out. Not only that, in the sky, the huge sun was dripping blood at this moment. Yes, dripping blood. Endless energy, vitality, instantly overflowed between heaven and earth. Some trees contaminated with this blood chi grew rapidly in the blink of an eye, instantly hundreds of meters tall. Some monsters came into contact with this aura. One after another also became stronger, roaring. The demons broke through the realm. At this moment, the people of the catacombs, the people of the human world, also came into contact with this aura, honing their bodies and bones. Their speed suddenly accelerated. At this time, in the million-strong army, countless people were roaring, bathed in the rain of blood, the rain of energy. Enough! Stop! Human Emperor, retreat quickly. Guard the door. Several voices came. Someone roared, incomparably angry. The Vitality Gate was slashed. It was about to shatter. Damn it! Once the Vitality Gate was shattered, the consequences would be unimaginable. Human Emperor, retreat. Hurry! The urging continued, coming from ninth heaven, from the depths of the source universe. At this time, Fong Ping's golden body exploded, his aura slipping, but he roared, "Kill him! Ruin their plan! What bullsh, *T Emperor! They have no right to plot against the three realms. Kill!" Fong Ping bellowed, wielding the saber in his hand again. At this moment, there was no saber. Fong Ping used his broken hands as sabers. With a roar, his hands exploded completely. A ray of saber energy dashed toward a crack in the depths of the source universe. The human emperor was going to enter the source universe from there. The human emperor, who had just smashed away the divine peeking mirror and was about to enter the source universe, was struck by an extremely powerful saber energy. With a bang, the human emperor took a step back and fell into the three realms again. Bastard! The human emperor roared. At this moment, the Tao of the three realms trembled again. The powerhouses of the source universe were all shaken. Emperor of Heaven Reverse's voice came. Let him go. Chapter 1257. Rumble. A loud sound resounded throughout the three realms. At this moment, a loud roar was heard. Don't let this old man go. I'm coming. A huge dog head roared through the three realms and stretched its head out. Kacha! It bit through space and bit towards the human emperor. Poof! The human emperor turned around and punched, but his fist was bitten tightly, causing the dog's head to explode. The dog was also extremely fierce as it whimpered. I'll bite him to death. Let's do it together. The heavenly hound bit down on his fist. Crack! Crack! Its sharp teeth were breaking, but it still did not let go. Ruthless, domineering, this was the heavenly hound. No matter who you were, if you were unhappy, I'll beat you up. Crack! Even though its teeth were broken, the dog still bit down and roared violently. Heavenly King, subduing, did not say a word as the heaven-confining bell enveloped the human and dog. He shouted, "Hit the heaven-confining bell together and kill him." The heavenly hound suddenly cursed. Don't, I'll go out. It was not going to do it anymore. Heavenly King, subduing, actually enveloped it as well. I won't die. He won't die either. If he injures you, he will suffer even more. The heavenly hound thought about it and felt that it made sense. It had to continue pestering the human emperor. Rumble! Everyone attacked the heaven-confining bell. This time, the sound of the bell resounded throughout the three realms. Below, a continent sank. The Inspector continent that had descended previously was gone. They had gone crazy from killing. This time, they had the best chance of killing the human emperor. They would not give up, even if there were emperors roaring in the void. Kill. One expert after another went crazy, and everyone was attacking the heaven-confining bell. In the Kuan-Tian bell, the human emperor punched the heavenly hound's head in half. However, the dog was extremely arrogant and said disdainfully, "Weakling, Celestial Archbatian smashed the dog's head with one punch, but you only smashed half of the dog's head weak." Yes, dog's head. It was not embarrassed and did not feel that it was insulted. It was a dog, and dogs were number one in its eyes. It was very arrogant, and the human emperor was not enough. When Celestial Archbatian was angry, he smashed the dog's head. The human emperor was infuriated once again. Back then, the heavenly dog had broken through 7 times, and now it had broken through 8 times. Could it be the same? However, he was not in the mood to talk about this right now. At this moment, a furious voice came from the origin universe once again. "Stop! Fong Ping! How dare you?" Fong Ping, who was not dead yet, had his golden body about to disappear completely at this moment. The other 7 powerhouses fell one after another, their golden bodies shattered, each of them heavily injured and dying. Breaking 9. How heaven-defying was it to display the battle prowess of Breaking 9? Fong Ping's great Tao was completely shattered, and his golden body was also burning fiercely. The other 7 people's golden bodies were all shattered, and their bones were crushed. They had paid a heavy price. However, at this time, Fong Ping was crawling in the void, grinning hideously as he crawled toward the slightly broken door. He chuckled and said, "I will make you regret it even if I die. Break this door. I'll piss you bastards off to death." Monarch, I'm not afraid. The human race is not afraid. No one is afraid of you. Ha ha. At this moment, Fong Ping had already crawled under the door. His head was still there. With a loud bang, he crashed into the door. With a knock, the door trembled. Fong Ping thought for a while and suddenly laughed. In the next moment, 5 heavenly king seals and 31 saint tokens appeared. "I'll smash you." He still had divine weapons. He had almost forgotten about this. Rumble. The heavenly king seals and saint tokens crashed into the door. The door seemed to be trying to escape. Fong Ping roared, "Seniors, come, grab it and smash it. Fong Ping, want to see what's behind this Sanjiao gate." The 7 seriously injured beginners laughed loudly. One of them laughed and said, "This is the first time I've entered the origin world in my life. It's not a loss. Fellow Taoists, trap this door. Burn my true body." The 7 powerhouses roared one after another. Their broken golden bodies continued to burn. In the next moment, the 7 of them flew over and suppressed this broken door. The incomparably huge door trembled violently. Their blood splattered into the void. However, the laughter was still there. Fong Ping was still smashing madly, laughing madly. Beyond 9th heaven, above the immortal source, blood vessels were bursting and blood was flowing. At this moment, 3 figures appeared. They all took action to suppress the movement of the immortal source. Someone said in a low voice, "We must stop it. The human sovereign realm cannot die. If he dies, who will suppress the gate of vitality?" Fong Ping, the human, the people of the 3 realms have been driven mad. Everyone this, someone sighed. They really didn't expect such a scene to happen. The human sovereign realm could no longer intimidate the 3 realms. Not only that, but it also triggered the 3 realms to unite against a common enemy. Under Fong Ping's bewitchment, the 3 realms joined hands to kill the human sovereign realm. Or else, as long as one side did not participate, the human sovereign realm could not be defeated. Without several breaking 8, who could kill the human sovereign realm? Suppress the immortal source first. Someone shouted. The 3 worked together to suppress the movement of the immortal source. Then, the old voice was heard again. "Battle. Are you going to sit and watch this happen?" In the void, a figure emerged. The Heaven Reverse Emperor said in a low voice, "How do we stop it? The powerhouses of the 3 realms are determined to kill the human sovereign realm and break the gate of vitality. Should we intervene now and kill them? They were speechless. Someone said angrily, "Kill them. Then what have we been doing for the past 10,000 years? When they were all dead, everything would be in vain. If we don't kill them, they will not stop. You go and kill Fong Ping." "Ha ha." The Heaven Reverse Emperor sneered. "I will leave this to you. I will not interfere anymore. Killing Fong Ping, it is easier said than done. He is the human sovereign realm. If he dies, the human race will die. Don't forget that he has a backup plan in the human world. Once the human world becomes hell..." "Ha! Bastard!" Someone was enraged. A group of human sovereign realm cultivators had their hands and feet tied. They were forced into a corner. He couldn't kill him, but he could not kill him either. The Heaven Reverse Emperor said coldly, "At this moment, we must give the three realms an explanation." "An explanation for what?" The Heaven Reverse Emperor said in a low voice. "Compromise, strip the human sovereign realm." Before he could finish his sentence, someone scolded, "How dare you? Then we will sit and wait for the human sovereign realm to be killed." "Humph!" Someone let out a clear shout and stretched out his hand towards the nine heavens. Since the Heaven Reverse Emperor realm could not do anything, they would. However, at this moment, a shout resounded across the three realms. At this moment, a palm broke through the air. "I will protect whoever you want to kill. Fatty!" At this moment, in the three realms, the cat suddenly stood up like a human. He was about to cheer, jump, and dance. "Fatty! Wow, Fatty is still alive!" Meow, meow, meow. The cat tore apart the void and ran toward the nine heavens. He was overjoyed. "Stupid cat!" A shout resounded across the three realms. "If you talk nonsense again, I will peel off your skin." Behind him, Sherpa was also overjoyed. He could not care less about the human sovereign realm anymore. He shouted in joy, "Fatty Ling, I am here, boom!" After a loud noise, Sherpa was bleeding. A finger fell from the sky. In the next second, a female voice was heard. "Stupid cat, go back. Break 9 and come again. I need help. Big fatty, big fatty, big fatty. I can't break through 9. Yaya, it's okay. I have an idea. Yaya." The cat's fat body leaped wildly in the void. He was overjoyed. Ling Huang was back. Ling Huang was still alive. He thought that she was dead. He really thought that she was dead. After Zhang Tao and the others returned and relayed Ling Huang's words, he thought that Fatty was dead and she was still alive. Meow, so happy. "Fatty, you are still alive. That's great." The cat was happy. Ling Huang's voice came again. He sneered, "Alive? How can a group of people who are neither human nor ghost be alive? Ridiculous." This group of people who can't distinguish between human and ghost finally suffered a great loss today. "That's good, that's good. Ridiculous, ridiculous. Killing G is good too." G was the human sovereign realm. There was only one name. Ling Huang sneered. In the next moment, there was a roar outside the nine heavens. The sun disappeared, and the three realms fell into darkness. "Kill!" Below, Heavenly King Zhen and the others went crazy. They entered the heaven confining bell and attacked the human sovereign. Some emperors stopped them. Ling Huang blocked an emperor who was about to attack. If he did not kill the human sovereign now, when would he? The human sovereign roared, "Even if you kill me, don't think about living. The three realms will be destroyed with me. Be sovereign, E sovereign do. Attack, or I will self-destruct in the three realms and destroy all living beings." As soon as he said this, before the emperors could speak, King Wu suddenly erupted. He absorbed the power of countless people and broke through 7 in an instant. In the blink of an eye, he attacked and shouted, "Then let's die together and bury all living beings in the three realms. Let the three realms be destroyed." Destroying the three realms in exchange for an emperor. Not a loss. Zhang Tao shouted. "Threatening who? Threatening us? We are never threatened." Everyone in the three realms knew this. Even when the wives and daughters of powerhouses were hung on the walls of the catacombs and were killed by the powerhouses of the catacombs, forcing the powerhouses of the human race to surrender, no one said a word. "Our bones are harder than you can imagine." kill him, and bury the three realms with him. The martial king roared angrily and lashed out with his whip, causing the human emperor's face to tremble. He was trapped, even though Zhang Tao, who had broken through to the seventh realm, only left a red mark on his face. This was still a great humiliation. You are worthy of being the human sovereign? You are worthy of ruling the human world. You are worthy of ruling the human race? You are nothing. Zhang Tao roared and lashed out again and again. Heavenly King Jin and the others attacked madly and trapped the human sovereign. Heavenly King Jin laughed. Zhang Tao, ignore this guy. Go and take the human sovereign sword. That's yours. What kind of human sovereign is he? He's just a figurehead. The human sovereign sword has absorbed the spiritual energy of the human world for 8,000 years and gathered the human Tao. Use your great Tao to take it. Zhang Tao's eyes lit up, and he laughed loudly. He instantly attacked the human sovereign sword. This sword was a divine weapon. Divine weapons could enter the source. At this moment, Zhang Tao was extremely bold. He directly pulled the sword into the source world. The long sword roared and madly attacked the great Tao. You are courting death, sucking the spiritual energy of the human world and destroying the martial Tao of the human race. I don't want this broken sword of yours. I will destroy you today. Zhang Tao was also crazy. When he saw that the sword was actually resisting, he was instantly enraged. This sword had absorbed the spiritual energy of the human world for 8,000 years. It was an evil sword. He wanted to kill this sword. A heavenly great Tao turned into a long sword and instantly slashed at the human sovereign sword. Countless figures appeared, suppressing the human sovereign sword. When the human sovereign sword touched the sword of the great Tao, it instantly trembled. Zhang Tao saw this and laughed loudly, slashing wildly. The great Tao was collapsing, but he did not hesitate and continued to slash. Soon, the human sovereign sword let out a whimper and trembled incessantly, as if it was surrendering. However, Zhang Tao did not care about it and continued to slash down with his sword. Today, I will destroy this evil sword of yours. A divine sword was incomparably powerful, but sometimes people were just so stubborn. Zhang Tao hated this sword. This sword had absorbed the spiritual energy of the human world for 8,000 years and almost destroyed the human martial Tao. He did not want this thing. He knew that if the divine sword was destroyed, the human sovereign would definitely be injured. That was enough. As for the human sovereign's sword, he did not care. Rumble. Again and again and again and again. The human sovereign sword seemed to be restrained by the great Tao. Soon, the whimper of the long sword spread throughout the source world. There seemed to be blood flowing on the blade. At this moment, someone in the source world sighed. The human sovereign sword is the token of the human sovereign. It is just a weapon. Why vent your anger on this sword? It is extremely rare for a divine weapon to have a spirit. Today, I will definitely destroy it. Zhang Tao was extremely cold. He could hear that it was the voice of battle, so he did not speak maliciously. But he still said domineeringly, "This sword has absorbed the blood of the human race. It must die." Stubbornness? It could not be said whether it was good or bad, but he was so stubborn that he had to destroy this sword, even if this sword was extremely rare and much more powerful than ordinary divine weapons. If it was not restrained by the human sovereign Tao, he might not even be able to destroy this sword. Crack! There was a subtle cracking sound, and blood rain poured down, falling in Zhang Tao's source world. This sword was about to become a spirit, but at this time it was suppressed by the human sovereign Tao and could not resist. The blade continued to shatter. Crack! Crack! The sound of cracking continued. In the outside world, the human sovereign spat out blood. The divine weapon he had nurtured in the human world for 8,000 years was about to be destroyed today. At this moment, even the sovereigns felt somewhat conflicted. They were shocked by King Wu's determination. An incomparably powerful divine weapon had already submitted to him, but he actually did not want it. He was unwilling. He would not be satisfied until he destroyed the human sovereign sword. Even the sovereigns might not be able to do this. The human sovereign sword was much more powerful than ordinary divine weapons. The human sovereign had encountered this group of incomparably crazy fellows. At this moment, even the sovereigns felt that their defeat was not unjust. If this group of people had fought with them 30,000 years ago, it was difficult to say who would become the sovereigns. The heroes of 30,000 years had gathered in this era. 8,000 years of oppression had liberated their blood, allowing them to completely let go of everything. Perhaps this was what they wanted to see, but when they saw it today, they could not help but be shocked. Some people felt conflicted, not knowing whether it was right or wrong. The game of chess that was the three realms had nurtured too many crazy people. At this moment, there was a rumble as if a heavenly king had fallen. The three realms shook, and the source universe trembled. It was not that someone had died, but the human sovereign sword had exploded. Earth. The moment the human sovereign sword exploded, an incomparably powerful energy gushed out from the void. Heaven. The immortal world. This was the human world at this moment. In this battle, Fong Ping and the others had completely broken some rules. For 8,000 years, there had been no energy on Earth. They thought it was because of the catacombs passageway that the energy sun, which was also the immortal source, was only in the catacombs. But now, they knew that they were wrong. The immortal source was actually in the three realms. The immortal source project had only absorbed energy from the human world, but it was also giving back later on. And this energy that was giving back was absorbed by a sword. Otherwise, even if the energy was not as rich as the catacombs, Earth would not be a place without energy. When the catacombs passageway was not closed, the energy of the catacombs could still permeate Earth. But the passageway was closed, and Earth had completely become a dead end for 1,000 years. There was no longer any cultivation energy to speak of. Fong Ping and the others, when they first cultivated, it was still better because there was a passageway opened. But a few hundred years ago, there was not a single passageway. The catacombs' energy did not permeate, and Earth was a dead end for martial arts. Today, the human sovereign sword had shattered. The energy overflowed again, returning to Earth. That rich energy impacted the ground to crack, the mountains to explode, and countless buildings to collapse. And at this time, countless martial artists were resisting the disaster. Countless people were roaring, becoming stronger, bathing in this energy. Previously, the immortal source had blood permeating, strengthening people. At this moment, there was a large amount of energy permeating again. At this moment, countless people broke through. Some children at this moment, because the energy was too abundant, had their vitality outburst directly, vaguely becoming martial artists. The human king is invincible. The martial king is invincible. The human race is invincible. Shouts and shouts resounded throughout the world. Everyone knew that this was the result of their hard work. They could not see the great war of the three realms, but they could hear it. One by one, legendary figures descended. Even legendary emperors descended, and everyone bowed to them. However, at this moment, they knew that the human powerhouses were still as awe-inspiring as ever. They had shattered the human sovereign sword, returning the energy to the human world. They had contacted all parties, wanting to kill this emperor. At this moment, even the emperor's lives were in danger. This was a human race. They were not strong, but they would never compromise, forever protecting their home. The human sovereign sword was broken. The human sovereign sword was covered in blood. This time, he finally showed some fatigue, some helplessness. His sword had been chopped in half. The sword that had been nurtured for 8,000 years was broken just like that. And at this moment, on the body of the martial king, a monstrous vitality gushed out, and a seal suddenly floated in the air, absorbing the aura and energy left behind after the human sovereign sword was broken. The human sovereign seal, in fact, it was just a keepsake, an ordinary seal. Last time, old Zhang wanted to pass it to Fong Ping, but Fong Ping did not want it, so he threw it back. At this moment, this ordinary seal that gathered the faith of the human race was absorbing those things. Rank 7, Rank 8, Rank 9, At a speed visible to the naked eye, this ordinary seal, in the blink of an eye, reached the strength of a supreme divine weapon. Immediately after, there was a loud bang, and the seal trembled. An imperial weapon. This was not the end. The seal continued to absorb the energy, the aura, and the fragments of the human sovereign sword continued to transform. Rumble. Holy weapon. Still not the end. The seal trembled again, absorbing a trace of the aura of the human sovereign Tao, absorbed some of the origin chi, and trembled again. A demigod weapon. At this point, the seal finally stopped transforming. In the next moment, it fell into old Zhang's somewhat broken source world, falling with a loud bang, suppressing the source, suppressing the Tao. Old Zhang's aura also strengthened a notch. The human sovereign seal, at this moment, someone murmured. Smashing the human sovereign sword and forging a demigod weapon, the human sovereign seal, was it a loss? A great loss. However, for the human race, for the martial king, it was not a loss. This seal was the token of the new martial artists. The human sovereign sword was only the token of the human sovereign, not the martial king. This was the weapon of the martial king. It was also a weapon forged by the new martial artists. Zhang Tao laughed loudly. It's worth it. The human race's aura recovered, and I forged a demigod weapon. It's worth it. Gee, you better die. You don't deserve to be the human sovereign. You don't have the right. He did not call him the human sovereign. He did not want to. At this moment, the human sovereign was bleeding again. Not because of the martial king, but because of Fang Ping. At this moment, in the source world, Fang Ping smashed a small piece of the door. Although it was broken before, the door did not penetrate. At this moment, a small hole was suddenly pierced through the door. At this moment, an unimaginably powerful vitality force instantly surged toward Fang Ping. The other 7 beginner martial heavenly kings who were originally on the verge of death actually received some gifts at this time. The vitality force was incomparably powerful, surging into their bodies one after another. However, at this time, the human sovereign outside, his face turned pale, laughing bitterly. You guys very good. If that's the case, then I'll send the 3 realms to their graves. Let's go together. Those who could become emperors in the past were also resolute people. How could they not have a bit of domineering spirit? Since Fang Ping and the others insisted on fighting to the death with him, then it was better to die together than to be slowly tortured to death by them. At this moment, an emperor was forced to this point. It was also beyond the expectations of everyone in the 3 realms. Even those emperors in the dark felt their hearts palpitating at this moment. The 3 realms was about to force an emperor to death. Stop it. When they saw the human sovereign's aura erupting, his vitality soaring to the sky, and even 9th heaven being broken, someone spoke up again. At this moment, the voice was a little different from fighting. It was a little older. Sigh. 3 realms. Stop it. Are you really going to be destroyed together with G? Destroyed if you want to? Fang Ping frantically absorbed the terrifyingly high-quality vitality, restoring his golden body. In an instant, he was still frantically storing it, pouring it into the source world, while shouting, self-destruct? Were you trying to scare me? My human race powerhouses who self-destruct, if not 10,000, there are at least 8,000. I've seen many. Since you're going to die, then self-destruct as soon as possible. Do you think I don't know what you're thinking? Fang Ping said disdainfully, thinking about you guys intervening, thinking about forcing you guys to intervene and save him? Just like this, and you're still emperors. I'm embarrassed for you guys. Be more straightforward, bang, explode. Go and self-destruct. Are you afraid of death? You don't want to die, do you? Fang Ping was extremely sarcastic, laughing out loud. Is there any use in scaring me? If you don't want to die, kneel down and beg me. Rumble. The heavens and earth trembled. At this moment, the emperor was really anxious. Kneel down? Fang Ping, I will fulfill your wish today. The emperor was completely crazy, his eyes blood red. Fang Ping wanted him to kneel down and beg him. Preposterous. This was too much. The dignified emperor suddenly felt a little wronged at this moment. He was forced to kneel down and beg for mercy. He might as well die. At this moment, the emperor's chi was unstable. The heaven-confining bell was blown away. The heavenly hound was howling. Its arm was blown up by the emperor. The dog's head was smashed directly. It fled hurriedly. Rumble between heaven and earth. At this moment, only the sound of vitality surging could be heard. The expressions of Heavenly King subduing and the others also changed drastically. Fong Ping was still ruthless. With a few words, he had completely angered the emperor and also destroyed his hope. If that was the case, then he would not wait anymore. At this moment, a few more voices were heard. Stop! Gee, stop! The origin can't be suppressed anymore. It's almost too late. Someone roared. At this moment, the old voice from before was heard again, sighing. The 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors have jointly announced that today, Human Emperor Ji will be removed from his position. The human race will return to the human race. The 3 realms will remain the 3 realms. The great Tao is flawed. It needs the emperor to suppress. For 3 years, the emperor will not appear. The people of the 3 realms are not pawns. The heavenly Tao is so. Fong Ping, Zhen Kuanping. All of you stop. Ji cannot be killed and cannot be killed. If he dies, the 3 realms will be shattered at this moment. The old voice was helpless. They had lost. Yes, they had lost. The 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors' plan was still broken at this moment. A group of lunatics. They might not be unable to make a move, but someone would stop them. Even if no one stopped them, would they attack and kill all these people? If they really killed all of them, they would still lose. They would definitely lose. Yes, they would definitely lose. If these people could not defeat the emperor, it was fine. They would not dare to do anything. But now, they were going to kill the emperor, forcing the emperor to self-destruct. Even the emperors were shocked by his decisiveness. However, his words did not satisfy Fong Ping. Fong Ping roared, "That's it. The 3 realms has suffered for 10,000 years, and it's over just because you want to dismiss the emperor? Based on what?" The old voice said faintly, "Based on strength. Fong Ping, you are unforgiving. If you really want to force all of you to come, then we'll die together." Fong Ping did not care. "Don't think that I don't know the origin is collapsing. This universe is going to collapse. I can feel it. Just come. We'll die together. If you don't die, you won't feel good either. I'm not afraid." Fong Ping was extremely savage. Come on. If no one suppresses, then we'll be finished. I'll let the 3 realms return to the wilderness. Are you trying to scare me? Do you think I'm scared?" Fong Ping shouted, "I don't have anything. I only have this body of courage, iron guts. If you make me feel bad, I'll disgust you for the rest of your lives." At this moment, even the emperors were stunned. They wanted to slap him to death. This guy was really crazy, really. In the face of a group of emperors, he actually dared to threaten them like this. The old voice sounded again. "What do you want? Who are you?" "Chiong. I don't know." "The God Emperor you speak of." "So it's you." Fong Ping laughed. "God Emperor? No wonder. If you want to stop fighting, sure. If you cripple Ji, I'm afraid he'll take revenge. Also, tell me all the secrets of the 3 realms, and help me become an emperor. If I can't do it, then Heavenly King Suppression. If Heavenly King Suppression can't do it, then Martial King. Also, each of you give us a set of divine weapons. As for Chu Wu, you guys talk among yourselves. Hong Kuan and the others. Tell them how to become emperors. I, Fong Ping, will not be the only one who can enjoy it. All of you emperors and celestial emperors swear that within 3 years, if anyone takes revenge on any of us or attacks any of us, they'll be worse than pigs and dogs, beasts. I don't want you to be struck by lightning. It's useless if you don't die. If you swear according to what I said, I'll believe that you won't take revenge." Also, Fong Ping spoke for dozens of seconds. At this moment, the God Emperor said faintly, "The vitality gate must be suppressed. Fong Ping, you don't have to delay anymore to absorb this vitality force. Right now, It might not be a good thing for you to absorb too much. Fong Ping was absorbing vitality force. He was absorbing frantically. He was stalling for time. Not only that, Fong Ping also secretly informed the old cat to absorb it. The old cat had also rushed over from the false Tao, absorbing crazily. As for the others, they were too big a target, and they had to trap the emperor. They had no chance to come. Fong Ping actually already understood that he could not kill the emperor. Even the 9 emperors and 4 emperors would not agree. Even Spirit Emperor, who spoke before, did not speak now. Obviously, he still did not want the emperor to be killed. The emperor seemed to have a mission to suppress this gate. He could not die. Fong Ping also felt that there was something wrong with this world. These people seemed to be suppressing something, not letting the source world collapse. If that was the case, Fong Ping began to ask for benefits. This battle had actually come to this point to force the emperors to give in, forcing them to continue hiding. The appearance of the patrol made everyone realize something. They were still under the emperor's control. This was something that no one could bear. And now, Fong Ping wanted to force the emperors to retreat. This was also inconceivable. But now, it seemed like it could come true. Fong Ping continued to absorb the unimaginably high-quality vitality, laughing. If you can agree, then we'll talk. If you can't agree, we'll fight to the death. Even if the net isn't broken, I'll dig a hole and come out. There was silence. A group of emperors. Was he willing to compromise with them? Continue to kill. Fong Ping roared. If they don't agree, we still have to die. Hong Kuan, do you think they'll let us go? Stop dreaming. Kill Ji. If we die now, we can still drag him down with us. Boom! Heavenly King Jin thrust his spear out, stabbing the emperor's chest directly, and he himself was also punched by the emperor, his right arm exploding. Kill! The sounds of killing rose again. At this point, King Kuan and the others also understood that if the emperors did not compromise, they would still have to die, perhaps even more aggrieved. If that was the case, then they would talk after killing the emperor. P.S. I can't write anymore, plead for some monthly votes. It seems like this month's first place. I have to take the free first place. Chapter 1258. Self-destruct. The battle continued. The emperor did not self-destruct again. Fong Ping had provoked the emperor. Weren't you clamoring to self-destruct just now? Go and die. Fong Ping's voice was loud, and he laughed loudly. Even emperors are afraid of death. I thought emperors were heartless and had long reached the point where they did not know fear and death. So emperors are also afraid of death? The emperors and heaven-suppressing king were speechless. Who was not afraid of death? There was no intelligent life that was not afraid of death. It was nothing more than whether it was worth it or not. Fong Ping provoked the emperor like this. Was he not afraid that this guy would really self-destruct? Fong Ping was not afraid. Even if he was, he could not be afraid now. In the void, the emperor god sighed again. Fong Ping, some things are not what you think. I can't be bothered to think about it. Fong Ping said calmly. I only want to see, to listen, to experience. I know what I have experienced. I also know what I have seen. I will not endure that pain for your so-called future. If you have a purpose, you can say it. Since you are not willing to say it, then I will only believe what I have seen. I only saw the so-called emperor, using his emperor's sword to absorb 8,000 years of spiritual energy in the world. I only saw the 3 realms flowing like a river, and all of this was led by you. I saw countless martial artists of the human race, their families destroyed, their parents dead, their children dead, their relatives dead, their friends dead. I saw all of this with my own eyes. The pain you have brought to mankind, no matter how beautiful the future is, it can't cover up all of this, can't erase all of this. Fong Ping said mockingly, what kind of 3 realms do you want? The 3 realms in your mind? The 3 realms in the future is beautiful, but no matter how beautiful it is it related to us? For our children? For our descendants? Sorry, if our children and descendants are all dead, we are also all dead. In the end, the beauty of the 3 realms is yours, not ours. Fong Ping laughed. If that's the case, then why don't we take a gamble? Shouldn't fate be in our own hands? Even if we fail, even if we die, I will feel that it is worth it because I have fought for a beautiful future, fought for it, and not waited for death. Fong Ping's words plunged the three realms into silence again. Fong Ping closed his eyes and ignored them. At this moment, Fong Ping was still crazily absorbing the vitality. The quality was too high. He suspected that this qi and blood power might be comparable to the qi and blood power of martial emperors. At this moment, his golden body was transforming. His qi and blood were also churning rapidly, and he could vaguely feel some qualitative changes. Bang! With a crisp sound, Fong Ping used the Heavenly King seal to smash the cracked door, smashing another extremely fine crack on the gap. This toy was of excellent quality. If it were not for the 9-break attack that shattered some parts of the door, Fong Ping might not have been able to destroy this door. Fong Ping. At this moment, someone couldn't restrain himself any longer, and a low shout resounded through the 3 dimensions. Stop! Hong Kuan. If you continue, don't blame us for descending upon you and annihilating you. We'll slaughter the 3 realms and rebuild the universe. Some of the emperors could no longer tolerate it and said coldly, 10,000 years. We can still wait. If they continued to cause trouble. So what if the emperor descended and destroyed this world? Could it be that he really couldn't wait for 10,000 years? Fong Ping licked his lips. At this moment, some powerhouses in the 3 realms began to hesitate. Should they continue to force these emperors? Just like what this person said, if they really angered them, they would destroy the 3 realms and rebuild the universe. 10,000 years, they could really afford to wait. For the emperors, they should not die within 10,000 years. 10,000 years. Fong Ping exhaled softly and smiled. They can afford to wait. When you say that, I can't even refute. Humph! A soft snort was heard. Fong Ping smiled and did not say a word. He looked at the cat beside him that was sucking in qi and said, Big cat, do you still have some broken divine weapons or something? The ones that you don't want, or the ones that have already been scrapped? The cat looked at him innocently, a little dazed. This cat only had the divine peeking mirror and nothing else. The ones that you don't want? You don't even have trash divine weapons? The cat muttered. After thinking for a while, it took out a few things that looked like scrap copper and iron. Fong Ping took it and weighed it. There were holy weapon fragments, and there were also fragments of semi-divine weapons. This cat was really a trash picker. It wanted everything. Fong Ping did not say a word. He pinched these things together. Vitality force erupted and emerged. Origin qi and imperishable substances emerged one after another. Some people did not understand what he was doing. In the next moment, rumble. An earth-shattering loud sound rang out. Crack. On the vitality gate, a crack expanded instantly. The source universe shook violently. Fong Ping, you can just wait for 10,000 years. Fong Ping laughed loudly and shouted, Kill Ji and let them wait for 10,000 years. What kind of plaything can threaten me? I have a stubborn temper. If you're easy to talk to, then we'll talk. If you're not easy to talk to, then I'll disgust you to death. Bastard. At this moment, a large hand directly descended from the 9th heaven. At this moment, no one stopped it. Spirit Emperor seemed to be entangled. Do seemed to not be ready to attack. Emperor God also seemed to have disappeared. Kill Fong Ping. Perhaps killing Fong Ping would make all parties afraid, and this matter would be completely settled. If they did not kill a few, they might not be able to intimidate the powerhouses of the 3 realms. The emperors were also unwilling to compromise blindly. Blindly compromising often meant bigger trouble. Fong Ping was the leader. If he was killed, there would probably be some changes. This was also a means of negotiation. Kill Fong Ping, appease the people, give King Kuan and the others some benefits, some hope. Then, the situation would return to the right track again. This was also a historical experience. After that, they could divide some people. The effect would be better. The emperors who had dominated the 3 realms for many years were also familiar with these regal path methods. Kill the leader, and the remaining people would often scatter in confusion. As for King Wu and the others, they were easy to appease. Give some promises to protect the human race. For the sake of the human race, King Wu might not say anything. At least the human race now was much better off than before. However, they still underestimated Fang Ping. At this moment, Fang Ping laughed. He looked at the 7 beginner powerhouses who had locked the Vitality Gate and said with a low laugh, "Seniors, how about another gamble?" They laughed. They did not speak, but they flew toward Fang Ping one after another. Fuse! Fang Ping growled and fused again in an instant. Slash! Fang Ping absorbed a large amount of vitality force. His flesh became stronger. At this time, although he did not have the enhancement of the Origin Dao, Fang Ping still quickly reached the 7th stage and rapidly advanced toward the 8th stage. Rumble! The Saint Token and the Heavenly King's seal merged into one, turning into a Changdao and slashing at the Vitality Gate. Rumble! The sound of an explosion was heard. Heaven and earth began to bleed. Among the countless people's Sanjiao gates, one of the gates began to shatter vaguely. Come and kill me. Let's see if you kill me first, or if I slash this gate first. Slash! 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 Fang Ping roared, raising his saber and slashing wildly. At this moment, behind a Vitality Gate, countless vitality emerged. The 3 realms trembled madly. At this time, the powerhouses of the Origin sect could already hear the faint sound of shattering. Their Sanjiao gates were shattering. In Fang Ping's and the others' impression, the Vitality Gate and the Energy Gate were the same gate. However, at this time, some differences appeared. The powerhouses who walked the energy path did not feel the changes in the Sanjiao gates. Obviously, there might still be differences between the two. The Energy Gate and the Vitality Gate might not be the same gate. Fang Ping did not care so much. The giant hand descended from 9th heaven. It needed time too. How could it be faster than him? Fang Ping. An angry roar rang out. At this moment, on the side of Heavenly King Zhen and the others, there was also a voice transmission. Zhen, let the Emperor return. Otherwise, once the gate is shattered, it will be too late for regrets. Don't mess around with Fang Ping. After this, we will pass on the Dao verification method to you. The words of stripping the Emperor's position are still in effect. Zhang Tao, does the human race have to choose to perish at this moment? Hong Kun, Hong Yu, your father is not dead. He will return from his slumber. Seal? Seal the heavens has many flaws. There is hope to fix it. Some emperors secretly promised benefits and made all parties stop fighting. As for the Chu Wu clan, it was even more overbearing. Some emperors directly threatened to descend and kill them. At this time, Heavenly King Zhen said faintly, "Everyone, can you really return now?" Heavenly King Zhen's voice was faint. "This palm? Why is it so difficult to break 9th heaven? Are you trapped?" "Just this palm? Who is it trying to kill?" Heavenly King Zhen suddenly laughed. Then he roared, "Underworld God, trap G." After saying this, Heavenly King Zhen broke through the air and directly broke 8th heaven. At this moment, the huge palm had just fallen into 8th heaven. Heavenly King Zhen held the heavenly spear and roared, "You think you can kill whoever you want?" Boom! The spear stabbed out. Between heaven and earth, a spear shadow pierced through the 3 realms. At this moment, Heavenly King Zhen's jade bones covered his entire body. Not only that, but the power of his vitality vaguely appeared golden. Be arrogant when your real body is here. A loud shout pierced through heaven and earth. The spear's shadow disappeared instantly. In the blink of an eye, the huge palm was pierced by the spear. Drip! Bright red blood spread all over 8th heaven. Bang! The palm exploded. Humph! A cold snort sounded again. Outside 9th heaven, someone snorted coldly. "You broke 2 gates, no wonder." Heavenly King broke 2 void gates. "Is this where your confidence comes from? Can I?" Heavenly King Zhen was arrogant and domineering. He laughed loudly. "It's not a problem to bully you guys who can't come out. Come, let's see if your clones can break 9 gates." if they can admit defeat obediently. Heavenly King Zhen's vitality pierced through heaven and earth. He laughed brightly. I thought you guys could directly descend, but it seems that only Ji Hao can come out because of the human realm. Laughable. Your people have probably awakened to guide you guys back. Do you really think this old man can't see that? Heavenly King Zhen laughed heartily. Spear in hand, he charged at false void Dao. Brat, you can't do it. Watch this old man break this gate with 3 spears. I'll let you know how strong your father is. Before he even arrived, his spears shattered heaven and earth, broke through the universe, and instantly charged at the gate in the source universe. If I break this gate, can this old man reach the 9th heaven? Heavenly King Zhen laughed loudly. At this moment, the human sovereign also roared and exploded. Boom! The underworld deity Jade Bone was shattered. More than half of Monarch Kuin's Jade Bone was also shattered. Heavenly Arm's golden body exploded again. Without Heavenly King Zhen's suppression, this monarch was still terrifyingly powerful. Previously, Heavenly King Zhen was there. This expert who broke 2 gates was terrifyingly powerful. He worked together with the others to suppress him. Now, the others were in danger. But at this time, Heavenly King Zhen was not in a hurry. His clear voice resounded throughout the 3 realms. Children of the human race, recite in your hearts. Human sovereign Zhang Tao, the only sovereign of the human race. The human race only has human sovereign Zhang Tao. These words shook the source universe and spread throughout the 3 realms. At this moment, everyone who heard the voice began to recite in their hearts. Someone directly roared. The million martial artists all shouted, Human sovereign Zhang Tao! Human sovereign Zhang Tao! Human sovereign Zhang Tao! Heaven and earth trembled again, and the source universe also shook violently. At this moment, human sovereign Ji's face was slightly pale. The human race was forcibly erasing his position. Once the human sovereign recognized by the human race became Zhang Tao, he might be in some big trouble. At this moment, Heavenly King Zhen was extremely wise. His eyes were bright, and he laughed when he saw this. As expected, no wonder you had to throw the human sovereign sword into the human world. Without saying anything else, Heavenly King Zhen's spear had already blasted into the source universe. Boom! An earth-shattering sound rang out. Poof! An ear-piercing sound of friction rang out. A deep pit was blasted on the huge door. Fong Ping slashed at it, and with a bang, the deep pit turned into a big hole. Sigh. Someone sighed again. A giant hand reached out from the depths of the source. The moment the sky's spear blasted the door for the 2nd time, the giant hand quickly grabbed the spear. The hand was also shattering, but the spear was caught. At this moment, Fong Ping was next to the giant hand. The giant hand seemed to be hesitating whether to kill him or not. At this moment, a finger flicked over. With a bang, the sky spear and Fong Ping's Changdao were sent flying, and Fong Ping was sent flying with blood spurting out. The vitality gate can't be broken now. The sound of a battle. The giant hand was the Divine Emperor's attack, blocking Heavenly King Zhen. The battle was separating the 2 sides, not letting them continue to be in a stalemate. At this moment, just as Fong Ping was about to continue charging over, Heavenly King Zhen had already come along the main path, pressing Fong Ping down, and laughed softly. Don't be impulsive. There are 2 old farts who seem to be able to descend, but they seem to be restraining each other. Don't anger these 2 old farts. You, Heavenly King Zhen's voice was full of emotions. The Divine Emperor said calmly, Since you already know, you should understand that it is useless to continue to make a scene. Heavenly King Zhen was talking about them. Some people could descend. However, restraining each other existed. That was why Heavenly King made a move to separate the 2 sides. Fong Ping wiped the blood from his mouth and smiled. Is that so? Having said that, he added with a smile, Emperor of Heaven Reverse, are you interested in doing this? If we kill Ji, Heavenly King Zhen might become an emperor. When Heavenly King Zhen becomes an emperor, I will help you kill this old fart. Do you think it's worth it? Everyone was silent again. Only Ji's angry gasps could be heard. He was so angry. Emperor of Heaven Reverse seemed to be stunned. After a while, he chuckled. If we kill Ji, the chance of achieving enlightenment may not be great. Achieving enlightenment and becoming an emperor is difficult. If we fail, the three realms will be destroyed. Why not take a gamble? There is no need. Emperor of Heaven Reverse smiled. Let's stop the war. It is useless to continue. Fong Ping, you have been fighting for the human race for many years. Now that the human race has risen, it may not be worth it to let billions of humans die for this war. What do you think? At this moment, the giant palm suddenly slapped. It was not aimed at Fong Ping, but at Heavenly King Jin. Kaboom! Heavenly King Jin was forced back thousands of meters. The giant palm also collapsed a little. The divine emperor growled. Are you going to collapse the vitality gate completely? Heavenly King Jin's mouth was bleeding, but he cursed. Why would it collapse? What's wrong with sucking some vitality force? Yes, sucking vitality force. Who is he? A powerhouse that broke 2 gates. While Heavenly King Jin was talking, the old man had sucked so much vitality force that even the cat was unhappy. It could not compete with the old man. Heavenly King Jin was about to continue when someone shouted from behind, "Come back!" Heavenly King Jin's expression changed. He quickly flew to the outside world. He was gone. Those guys could not hold on any longer. If it were not for the change in the human sovereign, some of them might have died. Heavenly King Jin left and continued to suppress the human sovereign. As soon as he left, the turbulence of the origin lessened. Just now, when this old man was absorbing the vitality force, the origin was violently turbulent. If not, the divine emperor might not have made a move. As soon as he left, the giant palm suddenly attacked again. It still did not pierce Fong Ping. Instead, it slapped the huge passageway. A false passageway. There were signs of cracks in the passageway. Not only that, but at this moment a figure suddenly appeared in the passageway. Without saying a word, he turned around and ran out. Bastard! The divine emperor wanted to curse. The god creation envoy's avatar was hiding in the passageway and was also secretly absorbing vitality. He almost ignored it. If Fong Ping had not stopped when Heavenly King Jin left and his vitality was still flowing, he would not have noticed anything unusual. This old fellow, the creation god envoy, was absorbing the power of blood and qi through his false great Tao. These people were more cunning than the other. The god creation envoy's avatar ran extremely fast and roared, "Let's go! This old man is going to shatter the great Tao." Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. Once the false great Tao was shattered, their real bodies would be here. Their real bodies would enter the origin universe. If they were not lost in this universe, they would die silently. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and shouted, "Cat, go first. Even if I die here today, I will shatter this door." Fong Ping swung his saber again. The giant palm descended again. This time, the divine emperor was also a little angry, slapping at Fong Ping. Do's fingers flicked Fong Ping away again, not letting him break the door, nor letting the divine emperor kill him. In the outside world, Heavenly King Jin did not care about Fong Ping at this time. With a long spear in hand, his vitality outburst became even more powerful. A few broken eight were entangled with the emperor, and he was creating wounds on the emperor's body with his spear again and again. Not only that, Heavenly King Jin shouted angrily, "Tian Qin attack! Fong Ping, if Tian Qin doesn't attack, throw that cat behind the door." In the dark, a figure appeared. The cat protection captain smiled bitterly and said helplessly, "Jin, Fong Ping, throw that cat in." Fong Ping did not speak. At this moment, the cat rolled toward the door, meowing, "Cat protection captain, kill the old emperor. You're bullying a cat. If you don't kill him, I'm going in." The cat took the initiative to threaten Tian Qin, meowing, "Hurry up and hit him. Hurry up, hurry up." Tian Qin sighed. "My origin bloodline." Sigh. He had his difficulties, but at this moment, Tian Qin still walked out and sighed. "Emperors, now that things have come to this, do you really have to fight to the death? Do you really want the three realms to be destroyed? Recreate the universe. It sounds easy, but after 10,000 years, the three realms will no longer have any other changes? Tianqin looked at the emperor and said slowly, "You gave up the position of the emperor and swore an oath. Naturally, you can go back." "Why do you?" The emperor looked at him coldly, not saying a word. In short, he had completely lost face today. Right now, he did not want to say anything else and continue to embarrass himself. It had dragged until now because the emperors were unwilling to completely compromise. They were also unwilling to be controlled by the heroes of the three realms. At this point, someone spoke. Zhang Tao. Zhang Tao, who had not said much before, chuckled. The emperors are unwilling to lose face, unwilling to compromise with a group of ants like us. Even now, their plan is to kill one to warn the others, so that we can continue to be obedient pawns. The emperor's face is too valuable. A mocking voice mixed with laughter reverberated in the three realms, though it was hard to tell if it was sarcasm or not. Since I am the emperor, I also don't want to see the human race really destroyed. Fong Ping's backup plan is Fong Ping's, not mine. Fong Ping thinks that only by destroying the human race will you compromise, but I know that you're betting that he won't do it. He can't bear to. Zhang Tao chuckled. You also think that I won't let this happen, and heaven-suppressing king won't. Isn't that right? So, you're still unscrupulous. Forget it. If you're unwilling, then forget it. Zhang Tao. Fong Ping turned around and looked at Zhang Tao outside, frowning. Zhang Tao laughed. Threats are useless. These guys have lived for so many years. Do you expect them to compromise with just a few words? Fong Ping, you're still too inexperienced. You're not ruthless enough, and you're not determined enough. Today, I'll teach you another move, what it means to be ruthless. At this moment, a powerful origin chi gushed out of Zhang Tao's body, and the Tao fluctuated violently. Humans martial artists above rank 9. Today, I'll break your Tao of origin. From now on, the human race will only take the beginner Tao. A low roar echoed in all directions. Rumble. At this moment, his Emperor Tao appeared in the source universe. At this moment, this incomparably huge Tao ran through all directions, connecting countless stars of the source. Bang! A small star exploded. A human rank 9 powerhouse spat out a mouthful of blood, his eyes glazed over. His origin was destroyed. Don't blame me, Zhang Tao, for being ruthless. Since the source doesn't give me a way out, then I'll take the beginner Tao. I'll let this emperor play by himself. Rumble! A large star exploded. In the outside world, a peerless powerhouse's aura dropped instantly. He did not die, but his aura slipped to rank 8 in the blink of an eye, and he was still dropping. Go play with your ancestors. I won't play with you anymore. Humans, remember, from now on, don't cultivate your origin. Ha! Without the origin, I'll see what these emperors can do. Rubble! Stars exploded one after another. In the universe's starry sky, dazzling fireworks rose. Zhang Tao was still laughing, but his laugh was a little ferocious. I won't play with you anymore. Didn't you think that Fong Ping would not dare to do something like exterminating the human race? Yes, Fong Ping might not really dare to do it. Those who knew him actually had some idea of this. At this moment, the current emperor, was telling these people that he did not want the human race to be exterminated, but he was willing to let the human race break their origin and never take the Tao of origin again. Everywhere, it was completely silent. At this moment, someone chuckled. Li Zhu sighed. Seems like we're just ants. Ants? How can we fight? If that's the case, then today, the land will also break this Tao of origin. Kill. A low roar echoed in all directions. In the next moment, in the catacombs, countless people suddenly attacked the martial artists around them. Whoosh! One by one, the rank 9 martial artists, caught off guard, were killed in an instant. In the source universe, stars were destroyed again. Li Zhu said lightly, Then we won't leave. Zhang Tao, if you're ruthless enough, you kill the land realm martial artists above rank 9. I'll go and kill the human realm martial artists above rank 9. I'll break the origin of the three realms. Ruthless. At this moment, even the emperors were trembling. These people wanted to destroy the origin. They really did it. Zhang Tao laughed. I can't bear to see them die. If their origin is broken, they might still live. If they die, I can't bear to see them die. Li Zhu, you're still more ruthless than me. One by one, the rank 9s were killed. One by one, the rank 9's origin was broken. At this moment, the source universe shook violently. At this moment, the Emperor's expression changed dramatically. A golden path that was not visible before suddenly appeared in the universe. The Emperor's path was shaking, fluctuating, about to break. Not only that, the Vitality Gate was shaking automatically. At this moment, the Emperors were completely silent. After a short while, the Emperor spoke again, shouting coldly, "Stop! Strip the Emperor's position. The 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors will not appear as long as the celestial and human realms walls are not broken. I'll tell you the way to become an emperor. As for revenge, if the emperor doesn't show up, who will take revenge? The origin bears witness to this." Zhang Tao laughed. Are you afraid? Not enough. The human race has suffered heavy casualties. That's it? I don't want much. 5 divine weapons, hundreds of millions of clouds of origin chi, 10 billion units of imperishable substance, 100 saint paths, 10 heavenly king paths. Humph! A snort came from 9th heaven. Zhang Tao had gone mad. No heavenly king paths. 3 saint paths. The paths are formless and difficult to gather. The origin chi and imperishable substance will be reduced tenfold. The emperors had compromised. Fangping fought for a long time. In the end, he realized that he was not as ruthless as Old Zhang. Old Zhang killed his own people, breaking the path of a paragon and dozens of rank 9s. Li Zhu too. He let his people kill dozens of rank 9s. The 2 powerhouses used their blood to tell these emperors that if they did not compromise, their origin path would be broken today. At this moment, the emperors finally compromised. Fangping fought ruthlessly, but he was not really ruthless. However, the 2 powerhouse leaders were really ruthless. They killed with one hit. At this moment, the Emperor God said softly, "Once is fine. If there's a next time, I'm afraid." He did not continue. This time, the emperors were not willing to let their 10,000 years of planning be completely destroyed. However, next time, they were also not willing to be tied down. If that happened, the emperors would not be able to bear it. We'll talk about next time. Zhang Tao laughed. At most, both sides will suffer. Besides, after this, won't you guys be plotting in secret to divide us? I understand these little tricks too well. This is also giving you guys time, isn't it? The 3 realms are not united. Naturally, you guys won't be able to achieve what you did today. Take Li Zhu, for example. If you guys give him some benefits and help him break through 8, he might become a dog, right? Woof! A dog barked. A dog was angry. What did he mean? Was he looking down on dogs? Zhang Tao ignored it and continued laughing. Maybe someone will come to assassinate Fangping or me. It's very normal. Let's just rely on our own abilities. On the human side, maybe you guys also have a plan. Dividing and roping in are all possible. At the end of the day, it seems like you guys have compromised today. Only you guys know what you're thinking. There's no need to pretend that you guys have lost face. If the emperors don't even have this bit of bearing, how can they be emperors? Right now, they're probably thinking about how to make up for it. I'm afraid they don't care about the loss of face today. Zhang Tao laughed arrogantly. It's just a small matter. You guys have to pretend that you've been wronged. It's fine if you don't know the ropes. To us, it's so king disgusting, hypocritical, and ridiculous. Ha! Zhang Tao was full of sarcasm. His words were much more painful than Fangping's. This was indeed what many emperors were thinking. At this moment, it was peeled open for the 3 realms to hear. This was even more embarrassing than before. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.